coming right there.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to Tactical Tuesday here on our YouTube channel, Tactical Rifleman. Of course, I'm here with the Chadster. This is, that's yours or is that mine?
No, not mine.
Okay, I'll take it.
I got purple drink.
You got, I'm actually not doing coffee tonight. I have got a thing of sweet tea. Why? I appreciate you guys asking. Because we might have a guest on tonight. Not sure yet, but if we do, it's going to be Angry American, the author Chris Weatherman, and he's really big on his tea. All his characters in his books. The hero always drinks lots of tea. Doing this for Chris. We love Chris. You know we do. So anyways, welcome to our live stream here. If you're a troll living in your mom's basement, well, I'm here to invite you to go somewhere else. We have moderators here and mediators, depending on how you look at them, spread literally around our whole little pretty blue marble here, and they will give you one warning only. Basically, they'll put you in timeout for 300 seconds. And then if you keep running your suck typing, you'll be banned from the channel pretty well forever, which is not, everybody understands it's not actually forever. You just got to start a new Gmail account and then you can come back. But other than that, nah, you're gone. All right, but that's all right. We're not planning on having any trolls here tonight other than the mother of all trolls, that is our Google moderator, sitting in his mom's basement. Dude, hey, you know we love you. I'm sorry, I use the he pronoun. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not supposed to do that. You're a they. I got that. You're part football bat and all that stuff. That's cool. Not judging you. You know, if your mom, if it's good enough for your mom, if your mom's good with you, it's all good. All right. Chad, what's new in your life?
Well, I was going to say, Susan, you're in charge, but no. Because she did something I told her not to do, so she Donut
told me
is in charge tonight.
Donut, you're in charge.
No, just kidding, Donut. No, that was no. Okay.
I'll tell you what.
Susan's in charge. Donut, it wasn't going to be that easy.
Susan's in charge of all the moderators and the chat room. However, Donut, I would like you to
don't be nice.
Help everyone.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to lead everyone in the chorus of wishing Chad happy birthday. This Friday is Chad's birthday. How many years is it, Chad? 20 what?
I don't even keep track anymore. It's not
Oh,
worth it.
Are you a chick now?
No, it's just I don't remember. I forget sometimes. I think it's 43.
You really don't know how old you are?
78, so yeah.
43? Or 1978?
Oh, here we go. Thanks, Susan, for telling everybody.
All right, so here in the chat room, everyone, I'd love to have all of you wish the Chadster a happy birthday. I didn't know it was his birthday until Susan threw a big pot of money down in
when I explicitly told her not to.
For
Thanks, Susan.
Chad. So let's start off with that one. Susan threw down 200 American dollars, so that must have been like 350 Australian quid, some crazy amount, because the Queen's dollar's been flushed down the toilet over there. All right, Susan, thank you. You know, we love Chad. Me and Susan, we are very appreciative of Chad, everything he does. Susan's comment, happy birthday for Friday, Chadster. Love ya, Carl. Make sure everyone in the chat needs to sing happy birthday. I encourage all of y'all to sing happy birthday while recording it, video.
No, don't.
And then
don't
text it
don't.
to Chad's personal phone. We'll put his number up later so you guys can text him.
Don't.
A lot of you already have his number. A lot of you already have Chad's number. I think that would be special. It would that not be special?
I don't want to have to get a new phone number like all the email accounts that they had to get.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Don't even.
To you.
Oh, God.
Happy birthday, Dear Chad.
Oh, Susan, you bitch.
Tweak it.
Oh, what are you?
Happy birthday. Dow mayum duckle
Dow
dow
mayum
and
duckle dow. Purple bang.
All right,
Purple
that's all.
bang.
I'm sorry, guys. That's the only singing you're getting out of me today. All right, we have sponsors tonight. We have Sportsman's Guide. They're our loyal sponsor. They've been here for 92 straight Tactical Tuesday live streams. Seriously, they're here every time. So, guys, the promo code for Sportsman's Guide is Tactical20. You get all your good camping stuff. You even get stuff for your pickup truck, stuff like that. Tents, my favorite teepee tent for camping is from Sportsman's Guide. Chad doesn't like it because he left all the flaps open and he got rain when he was using it. But Grand Street Media.
Jesus Christ.
Lowell Friedman, it's Carl Erickson. You're live on our Tactical Tuesday live stream number 92. What can I do for you?
Let's plug them in. No.
I'm literally in the middle of live stream. Would you like to spend the night? I've not heard back from Angery yet. I'll let you know. Yep.
I am so glad
you.
that you
That's
all
the
do
Wookiee.
not have
That's
my
the
phone
Wookiee
number
right there.
because enough of you do have my phone number that I am going to get overages charges.
All right, guys, that was Lowell Friedman. He didn't realize today was Tuesday. No, to be honest, guys, honestly, our film crew, Grand Street Media, they're out of New York City, great film crew. They're not really gun people. They're not, they love me, they do. It's a little bit of propensity there, maybe. They spend a lot of time standing behind me, staring at my tail end and all. I don't know. But it is because of them that we started Tactical Rifleman, the YouTube channel, so I owe them a lot. They're actually booking flights right now for 22nd through the 25th. We're going to be filming our next big batch of Tactical Rifleman videos. We're starting in Louisville, actually a couple hours east of Louisville at some big fire training center. And then we're going to a couple different ranges. Anyways, we're going to, a bunch of great videos coming up for you guys. So that was Lowell, the Wookiee, kindly interrupting us in the middle of our live stream. That's okay. It's okay.
He honestly didn't know we were live.
Lowell, if you're watching, you really don't care. I know you're watching. Back to our sponsors. Big Daddy Unlimited is with us again today. Which Big Daddy, if you're sitting on the couch next to Mrs. Big Daddy right now, I want to thank you all for everything that both of you all do for the 2A community. Great company, good stuff. Global Ordnance is another sponsor tonight. I'm trying to get a couple more. They've got these new Strybog mags that have got the metal lips on them. You guys know I love my Lancer mags for my ARs. Strybog followed suit, and actually the plastic mags for the Strybog, that's that 9mm subgun, thing's badass. Completely ambidextrous. It's what every modern subgun should be. They've updated their magazines with metal lips. Now, I don't have any jams with mine, but I still appreciate that leaving magazines sitting loaded for long periods of time, heat, everything, the lips spread. And I don't care whether it's a PMag from Magpul or not. You have issues with it, just like it or not. So, anyways, I'm trying to get those mags. If you buy a Strybog, chances are you're going to be getting the newer mags with the metal lips already on them. Great stuff. 80% Arms is sponsoring again tonight. We love 80% Arms because Uncle Sloppy Joe, you know Sleepy Joe, sitting there right now with the hoe. They do not like 80% Arms. They do not like 80% finished kit firearms without serial numbers. And that makes me extremely happy.
I wanted to let you know that our local fans, Kevin and family, kids, they are watching. So,
right, so because
hi, Kevin.
of that,
Thank
Kevin,
you.
we love you. Thank you for coming by the funeral home the other day. My father-in-law passed away. Kevin was there. Kevin's good people, and thank you, Kevin, for putting the security lights up at the shed.
Yep.
Guys, we had the best 4th of July celebration ever, and we have plenty of good lighting because of Kevin. Kevin does great work. Yep. All right, the other one is our last sponsor for tonight is Safe Life Defense. You guys saw the video that I did with Kentucky Ballistics. Scott, you know, the guy famous for blowing himself up with a 50 cal, putting slap rounds with it.
He was famous before he did that, but it helped.
It helped, definitely helped. That's not how I want to become famous, by the way. Let's not ever do that. Anyways, I filmed a video with him testing out the flexible rifle-rated body armor from Safe Life Defense. We couldn't kill it. Literally, I had to go all the way up to my Barrett 50 cal to kill this armor, and then he finished it off with the flamethrower. But great stuff indeed. And so anyways, they have plenty of armor in stock. We have a promo code for them also. It is Tactical Rifleman, all one word. That saves you 10% off of everything at their website, including gun belts and standalone panels, soft armor, all that stuff. So good stuff indeed. I can't believe you guys haven't wished Chad happy birthday yet. F-bomb number is currently at, ooh, that's not a good sign.
0.
Good. No, we will not be dropping any F-bombs tonight.
Yeah, we hit 7 last week, don't it?
Oh, that's freaking
No, well, you hit.
What? I said frickin', that's different.
Okay.
That rhymes with chicken.
If your 9-year-old daughter said frickin', you'd slap her in the mouth still,
right? I don't have a 9-year-old daughter.
No, but when she was 9, if she was 9 and she said frickin', that's just as bad. Because you know what they meant. Whack! Right across the mouth. And then wash it out with soap. Because we discipline around here. No, we don't.
No, we don't. Who are you kidding? My daughter's the most spoiled female on the planet. She's
I wouldn't say that.
Little girl.
I wouldn't say that.
She's Princess Belle. Princess Belle gets to do anything they want.
No F-bombs, only A-bombs.
Yep, A-bombs.
No truer words have been spoken.
There we go. Yeah, we got a few things I want to cover tonight. I'm really hoping that Angry American shows up. I really am. So, you know, his video, I did a video about, we sat down in Florida talking about survival and everything. And because there are dark clouds on the horizon, people, there really are, especially with the current political climate. All the world, you know, media, the mainstream media was telling everybody how if Trump won the election against Hillary, that, you know, the stock market was going to crash and, you know, the world was going to come crashing down. And when you realize, when you take a step back and you look at how politicized the mainstream media is, it really becomes laughable. It really does. Unfortunately, Trump did not get reelected for several different reasons. Main reason is because he's an asshole. And I love him for being an asshole. That's why he was elected. But yeah, he deliberately poked too many people.
Carl pokes. The YouTube mods.
Yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. Not all those votes were fake. You understand, probably only about 40 million of those votes were faked by the Democratic Party.
Only 40?
The other 40 million votes legitimately, you understand Biden only got 300. All right, but you understand the other 40 million votes were votes against Trump because that many people hated him. No, I'm sincere when I say that.
I feel like we should be putting a disclaimer up somewhere.
I don't care.
No?
No, but you know, it is what it is. Ramifications. Whether you like the guy or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it's becoming more and more acceptable for people to do things illegal. And they think because they see themselves as a victim that it's okay to break the law. It's okay for you to steal. It's okay for you to smash other people's stuff. It's okay for you to cheat. And the reality is that they're just making excuses for themselves. Cheating and stealing and destroying other people's stuff is not correct. It never has been correct and never will be correct. So, but that's the slippery slope we're going down, and it gets worse and worse every election cycle. Obama was the worst, and then they just kept slipping down the slope after that. So, dark clouds on the horizon. You will play the game whether you like it or not. You will. And eventually, the government has to pay its bills. So, what do? You need to prepare. How do you prepare? You're concerned enough to make the decision. You need to prepare. That's a start. You're a concerned citizen. I want you to become a capable citizen. Buying guns and ammo, if you think you don't have enough, chances are you already have enough. Literally, if you just have that mindset, chances are you've got enough. You need to be looking everywhere else. Now, for medical, for example, you guys understand if you're going to need it, medical equipment 100 times for every one time that you need a firearm. That's just the truth. But if you've got $100,000 worth of the top of the line, state-of-the-art medical gear up in the attic of your house, and you're down at the mall Christmas shopping with your family when that 70-year-old or 80-year-old Korean vet has a heart attack at the stick and lands his Cessna in the food court at the mall, understand all your medical gear doesn't do you any good. So I'm not saying don't get medical gear. I'm not saying don't get fire extinguishers. But I'm saying get the training to go along with it. Because if you're holding your fire extinguisher and you're looking at it going, step 1, remove top cap. Step 2, remove bottom cap. Step 3, strike the top of your burning fire extinguisher. Step 4, point it at the fire. Legitimately, all right? I just read it off the side. This is your Element fire extinguisher from France. Thank you, Donut, by the way. It's awesome. It really is. We're going to have to get a bunch more of them so we can do a video. If you have to read about how to do medical first aid off of the wrappers, you understand you've set yourself up for failure. So get training ahead of time. All right. Yeah, please, guys, get the training. Get prepared. I don't like the term prepper. I don't. It has so many negative connotations. But I'm very big on being prepared. Green Berets, for example, we are always prepared literally for all, we call them contingencies, for anything that could possibly go wrong when we're doing mission planning. We plan contingencies for every step, every phase of the operation. What could possibly go wrong? What is our no-go point? What our turnaround point? So when we pass that certain point on the map with the helicopter, there's no more turning around. There's not enough fuel to get back, for example. Right, abort criteria, all this other stuff. Green Berets take the Boy Scout motto, be prepared, and we take it to the umpteenth level, and that's how my whole psyche was formed. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be as mental and pushed over the edge as I am, but I'm saying it's a good start. And so if I can help any of y'all, and that's, you guys know I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about better to have and not need than to need and not have, without a doubt. You need to make sure your soul is saved, and after that, you need to make sure your family gets saved, and after that, you need to save yourself, and after that, the people around you. But if you're relying on someone else to save you, not going to work. Understand.
Kind of like relying upon the media, right?
Police officers carry firearms for their own protection.
But we love the blue line.
They do not carry a firearm to protect you. That's the truth. And you guys know I support our boys in blue. You know I do. Sincerely, without a doubt. I keep getting texts from the film crew.
You mind if I do a shameless plug?
A shameless plug. Who are you plugging for?
Hand me that book right there, The Deep Rig. They're talking about General Mattis. Guys, there's a movie that just came out. Yeah, that one too. We'll do that one too. But give me the other one, the Deep Rig. Oh. All right, there's a movie coming out. It's called The Deep Rig, and basically what it is, it's a movie, and it is based upon this book written by a gentleman named Patrick Byrne. He has taken a personal interest in the future of this country. He's put out a bunch of stuff in this book. We won't get into it here because, yeah,
Patrick Byrne, that's just some schmuck, right? No, he's actually used to be the CEO of, what was it?
Damn.
What's the name of that company? Overstock.com.
Yes, they know it.
Big company.
But it's been made into a movie. And you guys were talking about Mattis. May or may not be working together. I can't confirm or deny, but they're working on some stuff. And it's a good book. I recommend the e-version that you can get on Amazon. There's a link in our
Chad,
Amazon.
Why would you recommend the e-version?
I will recommend the e-version because in every single piece here that brings up a piece of information, instead of him relying on you to just, hey, believe me, I wrote it in a book, there's a link that actually takes you to where he got the information. It's kind of weird.
Kind of like
naming his sources and shit.
Self-vetting, naming his sources. You notice the other side doesn't do that.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. It's a good book. The hard copy is nice because then you can flip through it on the nightstand. But the electronic version has all the links to show you where he's getting the information. Check it out. And go check out the America Project on... damn it. I just had it. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember the name of it. Check out the America Project on... Telegram. You can get first-hand information directly put out from them. Check it out. Tell them that Chad and Carl sent you from Tactical Rifleman.
Yeah, because that will get us booted off the internet. Isn't that sad?
Like a footnote. Damn, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it's full of footnotes.
Full of footnotes.
The e-version has all the electronic footnotes to take you directly to the source. So, it's a good read.
It is a good read, for sure. It is a good read.
Deep shit. Nope, called The Deep Rig. Check it out.
Understand, guys, we're not, well, Chad, I think you are Republican, aren't you? Guys, I'm not Republican. I'm definitely not Democrat. I am insanely independent. I am American.
Right,
100% American. And right now, the biggest threat to America is politicians. They should come right between deer and turkey season. And
yeah, we gotta lose
their
titles,
guys. I'm not saying to use violence against politicians. Not at all. You don't have to. They eat each other.
Yeah,
they really do. They're worthless.
It's funny because we talked about
vote. I want you to vote. Get educated and vote. Holy smokes.
We were talking about another guy, Tom McDonald, the musician. His song "Snowflakes" went viral here a couple weeks ago, but he's talking about one of those songs how the whole putting people in boxes. We basically buying the boxes and we're putting ourselves in we're Americans.
Yeah.
Everybody's so quick to put themselves in a box. Like, no, we're Americans. They want us divided. They want us fighting amongst ourselves because then we're not paying attention to them.
Tea's not bad.
Constitutionalist.
But it's...
Yeah, that's a good word.
I miss my 8 shots of espresso I usually do at dinner here. I'm really missing it. Gents, I hope everybody had a great Independence Day celebration.
America.
America. All right. For everybody that does not celebrate Independence Day because, it was brought on by patriots with guns, I hope you didn't celebrate it. I hope you volunteered to work that shift at the McDonald's or at the mall so that the real patriots could actually go home and enjoy the weekend. But for us, it's one of my favorite holidays. We had, I started the day off early, coffee with family and friends. We did triple espressos and cappuccinos, and we had Angery over with his girlfriend. Angery made a couple pots of Turkish coffee, great stuff. And then we loaded up. Actually, we already had them already loaded up. Everybody showed up. We fitted everybody in life jackets. And then we filled the river with canoes and kayaks, literally. We put in miles and miles upriver. We basically sailed the same or paddled the same part of the river that we do Operation Valkyrie in. And there's one part where the 3 sniper teams in Operation Valkyrie do their link up, their partisan link up with the guerrilla commander to get pictures of their targets that they have to shoot, live fire hit and everything. But there's a waterfall there with a cave, underground river, everything. Well, that's where we stop on 4th of July because it doesn't matter how hot it is. It's 61 degrees in the cave year round. And it just blows air conditioning out of the cave. So this nice level spot. We did a nice picnic, buckets and buckets of KFC and coolers full of drinks and everything. I had big bags full of Olight flashlights, headlamps, everything, and took all the kids and family members and everything up into the caves. And we had a great time. We went much deeper in the cave than I thought we would, but Emery's girlfriend, very motivated. She just kept going deeper and deeper. Brian's one of our local police guys from the next city over, Hopkinsville, brought his lovely family. I had his 3 girls actually, if you count his wife, just completely covered in mud, crawling through all the holes in the cave and everything. Brian was just walking behind him, taking pictures, laughing, hooping and hollering. We had a great time. Came out of there, kayaked the rest of the river down. Come think of it, Brian's family flipped their canoe. One of the girls actually fell out, which was comical. And then my nephew Jamie flipped his kayak. But other than that, pretty uneventful. Nobody got hurt, which is a rarity. Nobody dies during Operation Valkyrie. You understand that. But we set that bar a little bit low. All right. From there, we got back just in time to have a couple family members fire up the grills. We had the smoker running all day long. Jamie had 2 Boston butts, ribs. We had hamburgers. We had hot dogs. Tons and tons of sides. And every person who ever met my father-in-law, because me and my father-in-law are the ones that kind of planned this get-together, they all came in the droves. And instead of having them park out front like we usually do, we marked off parking across the field in the back and had vehicles all in. It was pretty crazy. Took me about 2.5 hours to just unload and set up all the fireworks. That was with 4 helpers. So basically it took 5 Green Berets. Scotty, I know you're not a Green Beret, but Scotty helped out. 4 Green Berets and Scotty to set up all the fireworks. So to give you an idea how many fireworks we had. And do we light off one at a time? No. It was like the Battle of Midway out there. I need to post the video. John Mon, the Breacher Preacher, his wife Tanya filmed the whole thing. And oh yeah, it lasted over 15 minutes. But yeah, we filled the town with smoke. Literally, the cloud of smoke. It was awesome. It was great. We had a good time. We wrapped that up. Once we were done with the explosives, it was now time to drink. So we grabbed all the adult males. We had Chapel Wilson there, retired Green Beret colonel, but also a retired judge here in Western Kentucky, and a friend of my father-in-law. And he knew the deal. We were going to the back of the shed to the old refrigerator, and we cracked open the top of the freezer. See, my father-in-law had this thing he would do, right? We'd all be eating dinner, and you'd have all the women and kids there, and he'd get up and walk to the back of the shed, and all the women knew what he was doing, but they all pretended they didn't know. And he knew that they knew, but he kind of pretended he was sneaking. But he'd go to the back and he'd open the freezer, and he had a bottle of wild turkey and his little shot glass. So, and he had 2 other shot glasses in there in case he brought friends. Me, Lowell, the camera guy, Chapel Wilson. If you were new to the Hill, he welcomed you to go back to the back of the shed with you.
I went a lot.
Yeah, he went a lot.
A lot.
So we brought everybody back there. The whole door of the freezer we lined with shot glasses, and we used every one of them. That's how many people were back there.
I didn't go this time.
You didn't.
Son of a bitch.
Dad had to leave early. But yeah, we toasted a few. We took a couple nips for my father-in-law. May Dennis rest in peace. And from there, just visiting with family, catching up old stories. The kids running around, everything. It was a great time. It really was. It was a great time. I pray next year's Independence Day, when we celebrate getting that new president, Kamala Harris, or whatever the hell her name is, because Biden will be gone by then. Hopefully the country's back on track, and I hope next year's Independence Day is half as good as this one. I wish all of you all had a great Independence Day weekend. I hope you all had a great party. And Chad, what'd you do? You helped me set up, and then you had to leave right before fireworks.
Yeah.
You went and go visit with other Green Berets, didn't you?
Yeah. Before I met Carl in Tactical Rifleman, back
in the day.
Back in 2014-ish. My wife and I, we bought a house up here before I got out of the Army. I knew I was getting out. I med boarded, had a bunch of surgeries on my leg. I was in a cast for like 6 months, synthetic opioid pills. It was a rough time. I spent a lot of time in a recliner, screwed up, high, basically. I don't take medication anymore because of that, but long story short, I had a lot of people come by and help me. Like, when I bought my house, we didn't get a home inspection. Biggest mistake. If you're ever buying a house, I don't care. Pay the money, get the home inspection. Trust me, get the home inspection.
Yes.
Okay, so there I was in the house less than 2 months, and I'm in a cast. I'm in a crawl space fixing plumbing. Not water lines.
Sewage lines.
Of
course.
Okay? Because one of the joints was put together and
Chad
it wasn't...
was deep in the shit, man.
I was in the shit.
Deep in the shit.
I was in the shit. Okay? And it had broke. And the cable guy...
Yeah.
The cable guy come in and he was like, hey, you have a shit pipe broken. The cable guy, in his defense, he actually lived in Trigg County. He said, I'm off. This is my last job. They scheduled me near home on the end of the day. He goes, I'm going to go home. I'm going to get my shit and I'm going to come back. No pun intended there. I'm going to go home and get my stuff, my plumbing stuff, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to fix that for you. Well, he come back and he fixed it for me, right? But we ended up having another problem in another part of the house, and I ended up going under there and fixing it.
In a cast.
And a guy, actually, that lives down the road had stopped and helped me do it. He was on his motorcycle. He saw me out there hobbling around on crutches and crawling in the crawl space. And he stopped and he helped me, right? So with that, I was like, I'm trying to help people too. Well, my wife also worked for somebody here local, Penarel Home Medicals. Don't be calling and bugging them. I shouldn't have said the name. Anyways, the lady she worked with real close, she lives up the road from us. Turns out her husband is a Green Beret. He's retiring actually like Friday. He signs out Friday. He's done.
Okay.
He's retiring as a Sergeant Major. Well, he was deployed. She had some problems at the house. So I ended up going and helping down there as well. Well, I'm in a cast. Helping. I had to get up and do something. So I was doing as much as I could. Well, It turns out that Chris comes home and he's like, I got to meet this guy that, in a cast here helping my wife with shit. Because you would do it too. If any of your buddies, you're going to do it. Right? If somebody's in need, and we know that husbands go away a lot, so shit happens, they need help. They lose their shit when their husband's not home.
Literally,
right?
in your case, they lose their shit.
So this whole deal of helping people out and stuff, and that's just how we are. Well, we end up becoming very good friends. But in part of that is that one of the guys that he was under when he was a younger soldier. When he first became a Green Beret, he was in Triple Nickel, 5th Group.
Yeah.
He worked for Andy Marshall. And for those who don't know, Andy Marshall is a Green Beret in the movie 12 Strong and in the book Horse Soldiers. In the movie, Andy is played by the short Mexican character. I'm not being racist or anything, but if you knew Andy, you'd know it's funny.
And he's Hispanic.
He's short and Hispanic. Andy is not even close to short Hispanic. It's hilarious because we give him shit about it. So anyways,
Which, Captain Nooch.
Captain Nooch,
played by Thor.
No.
And Captain Nooch is the anti-Thor.
Hollywood, no offense to anybody, but Hollywood missed the mark in casting. I see what they did.
No, they
did what they did. It was good. But you're not assaulting tanks with horses. That's the one thing that Andy always says. He's like, you're never going to assault tanks with horses. So anyways, we end up becoming very close friends, and we end up becoming almost like family. And every year since then, we would go on 4th of July. We do, on the Monday for Memorial Day, we all go, when I had a motorcycle, we'd go up to the town and watch the parade for Memorial Day and stuff. But one of the things we do is we go to Andy's house and we do fireworks up there. And it's just a couple people. It's not a lot of people. It's kind of small and kind of quiet, which is sometimes you need small and quiet. So I had to go to that. It conflicts with staying here and partying like a rock star because this is out of control here. But it turns out that somebody that John Mon, Breacher Preacher, you all know Breacher Preacher, one of the gentlemen that showed up there was an old officer from Andy's and Chris's unit. Breacher Preacher, one of Carl's guys in A15, used to work under Brent, the officer, who is still active duty. But he said something, we're standing there. I didn't bring up John Mon at all. And he said something about, I ain't seen a guy named John Mon since 2016. I wonder how he's doing. And I'm like...
And I had John Mon Sunday night over helping me light fireworks.
Yeah.
So
I'm
John
like...
was at my house.
And I actually didn't drink much on that night, and I think I know why. It was because I was meant to drive Brent back over here because I was like, hey, John Mon? You mean Breacher Preacher? No, I didn't say that to him, but I said, John Mon? I was like, he's like 10 minutes from here. He's like, no. I said, yeah, he's 10 minutes from here. He's over at Carl Erickson's house. And he goes, oh, Carl Erickson? Because everybody knows Carl Erickson. It's weird.
But be honest, though. None of them like Carl Erickson.
No, none of them like him because he was in A15. It's funny because if you weren't in it, they're all haters, right? If you weren't in A15, you hate A15, right?
Yeah.
So, but they know of A15 and they know of the guys that were in A15. So I said, hey, he's right over here, and I was like, let me call and see if he's still there, and he was, and they got to meet each other or see each other. They ain't seen each other since 2016.
Yeah.
And as you know, is if you watch the stream with John, John's been through a lot of stuff since 2016. Yeah. Not to rehash it here. If you want to go watch it, you can look it up. But Brent was real concerned about John. That was one of the things he said. I wonder how he's doing. I ain't seen him in a while. And but he was in pretty rough shape the last time I seen him. And I was like, well, you'll be happy to know that he is newly married because that was one of the things. He lost his wife terribly quick, tragic.
Came down with some weird disease just out of the blue.
And that put him in a downward spiral, and that's when the last time he seen him. And so it was good. Those two got to reconnect, and that was why I guess I didn't drink that night. So
Chris Weatherman's going to be here in a few minutes. It looks like y'all are going to have your guests tonight. You guys called me long-winded.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, it's good. It's good.
I asked you where you went, and you should have said I went to his house.
No, it's good. They want to hear. They want to hear stuff.
I'm giving you shit, dude. Before we change topics, though, Grand Street Media. Remember, Lowell interrupted. They wanted me to remind everybody that one of the videos we're getting ready to film is actually a knife review. So, what we're planning to do is we've asked other companies, and we've asked the Leviathan to reach out to other knife companies. We've asked Sportsman's Guide, hey, find us some knife companies. And we've gotten a handful of different companies. I want to ask you guys at home, what is your favorite knife. And we're looking at 3 categories. We're going to have Randy Rawhide Worst from Worst Case Scenario Survival School, and Emery Morganson from Prime Combat Training, right? The knife fighting instructor. We're going to have them be the judges and run the tests. But we're looking for a folding EDC knife. We're looking for a fixed blade EDC knife. And then a large fixed blade knife, can be like field knife, survival knife, whatever. But those are the 3 categories that this test is going to be. So I want to ask you guys out there right now, what is your favorite brand, right? If you've got connections with them, or if you know somebody there, literally say, reach out to them and ask them if they're interested in being represented in this thing. The test is going to be done on the 24th of July. So they got a little bit of time to get knives here, but not a lot of bit of time. All right. They got a little bit. I saw somebody put in the comment section, the original Rambo knife. Don't get me wrong. That is a nice survival knife for back in the days. It's actually made by a knife maker named Randall. Randall knives, handmade, great quality for back then. But you notice every Rambo movie, the knife had to get bigger and bigger and bigger because
it's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood. That's just how Hollywood is. Understand, when you put a compass into the pommel of a knife, that the handle's made out of metal, understand a lot of times that interferes with, and it's such a small button compass, and sewing yourself, I understand there's just not much room in the handle of that thing. I'd rather have a solid handled knife. Yeah. Not bashing Randall's back in that. Matter of fact, Randy Rawhide Worst has a Randall knife. He does. I do not own a Randall blade myself. They're good knives. But Moras are, guy mentioned, Moras are good. I don't know if anybody reached out to Mora. I don't know if they did. Anyways, it is, if Mora wants to jump in, cool. Guys, here's the deal. If you just throw out, like everybody's doing right now, saying, oh, wow, I love this brand. I love this brand. Okay, but understand, I have never, ever gone back and reread all your comments. I can't. I understand I can't do that. No. So if you legitimately are passionate about one knife, you legitimately think it should win, send us an email at tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. Send us a specific link to it. Or even better, if you know somebody at that company. For example, we've got people in the chat room from different gun companies, from different wholesale houses, Sportsman's Guide, places like that. If you've got access to a knife maker, for example, Kraken Tactical makes, he makes the blades for the Tactical Rifleman team. He does. And some of his blades, guys, are badass, you know. Here's why I didn't approach Kraken about this, because is that going to be a fair test? Kraken won, but we know he made a knife for Carl's patrons, and we know he's designing a knife for Randy, and that's like Lothar. Emery designs knives specifically for a company named Lothar. Not inviting them either. I'm not saying they don't have great knives, that both companies do. Personally, I think Kraken knives are some of the best knives that are out there. But I'm specifically, I don't want to muddy the waters. I don't want to give anybody a reason to say, well, the deck was stacked in their direction. Now, if Lothar or Kraken said, damn it, Carl, we want to be part of this, please, pretty please, you got to let us play. All right, if that's the case, but again, guys, 3 categories is folding EDC knife, all right, like my Spyderco with the Emerson Wave hook on it, all right.
They can't be in either because he carries 2. What does that tell you? Then
EDC fixed blade, all right, like your Karamat, stuff like that. We got one here from Scalawag Knives, a crazy looking thing. It's pretty badass. And then the third category is large fixed blade, basically, and that can be a field knife, a survival knife, combat knife, whatever, but it's a bigger blades. That's where Randy comes in. Randy loves his stuff. He's a nutbag for sure. All right, I see I've been missing some donor boxes.
Yeah, can we
here.
get this birthday jackass?
You guys have links to knives. Please, please, please send them to me. Get in touch with them. Give them a call. Shoot them an email. Reach out to that company on Instagram or Facebook and say, hey, Tactical Rifleman's doing this test. You've got to get 2 of your knives there, right? Because I need to have one to beat the crap out of, and then I need to have a pretty one to show people. All right. But reach out to any company you want. If they want to play, so be it. Link us up. I'm all about it. All right. Who do we got here? James Swain. James is one of my patrons on Patreon. James has been one of my original patrons, and I consider him my uncle down in Texas. James, I hope you're doing great. It was awesome talking to you the other day. How much did he throw down?
100 bones.
Wow,
thank you,
James
guys.
is awesome. Hey guys, and I guess happy birthday, Chad. Question, did you and the gentleman that was prepping the food figure out how to store coffee? Actually, yeah, they say you store it the exact same way. All right. You want to do whole bean, so you keep your caffeine intake, but your diaphaneous earth and oxygen absorbers, seal it inside of Mylar bags, put inside of buckets, and they say it'll store indefinitely. The word I got from other places is you'll get at least 25 years out of it. Which, honest James, I know you're going to live more than 25 years. Not me. I'm hoping to get 20 more. You know, I'm coming up on, I'll be 54 in a couple weeks. And I don't want to be past 74. Really don't. I might when I'm 73, I imagine. But as of right now, I'm really ready. I'm ready to get off this pretty blue marble of ours. I'm getting tired of this place. And the people on this thing, they've got to go. They have got to go. But yeah, James, thank you for the support. All right, next one is from
Mr.
Michael
Swain.
Hallett. He's not anonymous either. He threw you down. Fitty Bones. Happy birthday, Chad. Comma. Carl, I hope the coffee lasts you a little while. Michael, I've got 10 pounds of AK espresso roast from Black Rifle Coffee. Who would want anything else? Literally, great stuff. I've actually had a coffee roaster from Frontier Roasters, another Green Beret actually, and he's still active duty, believe it or not. I don't remember what state he's out of. I want to say South Carolina, but don't quote me on that. Frontier Roasters, he's actually, hey, I heard you like coffee, and he approached me on Instagram. So hopefully I can start bringing you guys our own coffee brand that we can be affiliated with. Don't get me wrong, guys. You know I love Black Rifle Coffee. You know I do. I don't know anybody there, and I'm not gonna go sucking up the people to ask them to play with us. Not at all. There's plenty of other coffee places out there. There really are. And there's also another harvester down in Honduras and Nicaragua, who I just got a couple emails back and forth with. And supposedly they've got some of the best soil for growing coffee on the planet. You guys know I appreciate good coffee. A lot of you appreciate good coffee as much as I do.
But the best coffee
let's go on this.
Is our own coffee.
Yeah, no.
Tactical Rifleman coffee.
That's kind of like beer. My favorite beer is free. My second favorite beer is cold. But after that, yeah, I like dark German beer, stuff like that. Oh, got Angry American. Chris Weather, I see you found your cup outside.
Yeah, I did. I went everywhere. I was busy today. I tough to do.
All right, let us get caught up with a couple more of these. Guys, Chris just walked in, He looks like he's been out in the hot sun all day long, been slaving away, taking care of his wife and family. His son Gage and his daughter London, and then his lovely wife Mel. If you've read any of Chris's books, you know the character.
They're all back in the camper.
The nutbag. Mel is such a nutbag. We love her. The next one is from another female nutbag, Susan Britcher. She has, even though she just threw down 200 American dollars, she just threw down 10 more Australian quid, which is roughly 7 American dollars, a little over $7. 10 of the Queen's best
like
bills.
the tea, I'm throwing that back in the harbor.
What causes a pistol optic to lose 0? Susan, as someone that grows up under the Queen's English, I would expect better grammar out of you. What causes a pistol optic to lose 0? ? Is it possible that it can after shooting for an hour or so, or more likely it wasn't 0 to begin with? ? Two things, Susan.
Same thing that happens to you.
Number one, first and foremost, if you honestly thought that it was zeroed, check the torque on your screws because it's probably loose. Here's why I say that. Because even if you run Loctite on those screws, unlike scope mounts on a rifle has got more mass moving back and forth, more gunpowder, more kinetic energy, and much more muzzle velocity, yes. Much more chamber pressure, yes. But the actual force on the scope rings, all those little screws that you've Loctited, there's not a lot of movement in them. There's a small recoil impulse in your shoulder. However, on a pistol, because you're running a Glock 17, Susan's actually one of the only females in Australia allowed to have a Glock 17. You know why? Because she's awesome, and we started that here on Tactical Rifleman. I digress. When you shoot that pistol, that slide with that optic is what's managing that recoil. It is slamming to the back where there's no buffer. There's not. It goes to max, and it comes to an abrupt stop, and then the recoil spring immediately slingshots it back forward, skimming that next round out of the magazine, slamming it in the chamber with enough force to hook the extractor onto the rim of the shell. And then you repeat that cycle every time you pull the trigger. The weight of that slide, the speed the slide is moving, and the weight of that optic. Remember, your laws of physics, a body in motion wants to stay in motion, but a body not in motion, a static object, does not want to move. So that optic does not want to move. As that slide starts moving, it's taking all, if there's any slack, any slip in those screws at all, understand screws are meant to pull weight this way. And that's the problem with a lot of those mounts on optics mounted on pistols, is where a screw is designed to have strength this way, that shearing force of the slide moving underneath the optic. And Chad will tell you, do not use, especially if you're buying like a Holosun, something like that. Like Susan is running a Holosun 507 with the ACSS Vulcan reticle. It comes with cheap Chinese screws. And Chad,
and Allen keys.
And I learned this from Chad, is invest in good American-made machined screws, and they will have a lot more stress in it. So Susan, step one to troubleshoot the loss of zero on your optic, check the tightness of those screws. If you find that they're loose, you go find the monkey. Granted, he's an Australian monkey, so he might look like a kangaroo, but you still call him a monkey to his face. You find the monkey that mounted that optic for you, and you invite that Aussie bloke to use adult screws with adult Loctite on them. American-made screws, not Chinese.
Here's the thing, I would caution you on this, because you can't just grab random screws. When Glock first started coming out with the MOS, the screws that came with the MOS pistol initially were too long for the RMR. What optic did everybody want to put on their Glock MOS? an RMR. And so what would happen is that the way the MOS works, there's a plate that modifies the mount to the optic. So you would mount the plate to the gun, then you would mount the optic on top of that, and when you screwed the screws into the mount, it would push the plate away from the gun.
And break it in half.
A Green Beret that I know, and I'm not going to say his name, Jeremy, he had screwed his all the way down, and I'm looking at his gun, and the base plate had actually bent the screws holding the plate, and the mount was bent, and he's like, it works. And I'm like, you dumbass.
Now, what I did was I took a Dremel to mine and
Yes,
actually
and-
cut.
I did too. I took mine to a bench grinder.
Yes, and that is a perfectly acceptable use, but there's enough stuff online that if you get on, you can find what screw lengths you need for what optic.
Yes, you can.
And
But
you can buy
invest in
them.
good screws.
And you can buy American screws.
Now,
and they're not $20 a
They're
piece.
not. They're-
like if you
no.
go and buy it from Optics
Yeah.
Planet.
No.
Don't buy them from Optics
Don't
Planet.
buy from Optics Planet. Now, that's troubleshoot number one. Check your screws. It may not be the screws. Your Loctite might be good. Your gunsmith may have mounted it correctly. It's quite possible, even in Australia.
That might be a good video for me to do, I guess.
Now, the flip side of that, as you mentioned, maybe it wasn't zero to begin with. What a lot of people do is because they do 99.999% of their shooting from 7 to 10 meters, that's where they zero. And if they're on that dot, they think they're good. I encourage people to zero at what they consider their maximum effective range with that optic. Right? So for a lot of people, I tell them zero it at 25 yards. Go back to that 25-yard line. Susan, if you've got to rest it on a sandbag, actually rest your hands on the sandbag. Do that, but get a stable position. I don't sandbag it. I actually zero mine at 75 meters, all right? Because I often shoot out to 100 meters, all right, with my pistol. Do I not? Chris will be like, yes.
We
he
do
does.
80 meters in
Yeah,
the class
we do.
each time. It's fun.
And
Offhand.
yeah, we had a good time. We did. We had a good time doing that.
Type your name in there.
Chris, thanks for coming, brother.
Yeah, brother,
All
good to
so
see you.
Susan, I hope that helped you out. All right.
Put your name there.
Angery. Yeah, Chris Weatherman.
Yep.
He can't even spell it right.
I can't type.
All right,
Weatherman.
now move the mouse down to here.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
There you go. Now
All right, guys. We actually the Google moderators actually throwing some money down here. Happy birthday, Chad. Hope your hot pocket is microwaved perfectly on your birthday. Smiley face, crying. Thank you, Google moderator. I appreciate that.
I did.
I do.
Oh, my
Lower
bad.
third, click
Yeah,
on right there.
yeah,
YouTube too.
There we go.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Chris, how have you been?
Good.
I appreciate you coming up
Yeah,
for the 4th of
Yeah,
July.
we were here for
holiday.
a nice little 4th of July, a little kayak trip down the...
Mel did not flip her kayak.
No,
Not at all.
but Gage did, so we were out today sourcing a new phone and trying
How
to...
did she get that wet? Did she
was in
flip her
her pocket.
kayak?
Yeah, she flipped her at the launch.
Oh yeah.
was like
Oh yeah. We weren't in the water 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, kaboom.
Paddled under a spider, and it was either get a spider or water, and picked water. So, yeah, whatever. You know, so I had to...
Gage, if you're watching, you understand dudes are not supposed to be afraid of spiders.
That's right.
So,
right.
man up, cowboy up, and you go grab yourself that next spider you see.
Yeah.
And instead of killing it, I want you to carefully pick it up. I want you to stick it on your eyeball.
Stick it.
And you do that.
Eat it.
And you'll be like, I'm a man.
Eat that thing.
I'm a man. Now, did I actually ever stick a spider on my eyeball? See, I didn't have to. I was in a recon platoon, which meant my little scout team would go all over the place. And you cannot go across Fort Campbell, Camp Lejeune, any of these other places. You'd be like, man, it's wide open night vision, or just going with the moonlight, trucking through the woods at night, and all of a sudden, you hit that spider web. And you don't see it till it's right there on your face. And where's that spider? That son of a gun's right on your eyeball every time. Never got one in the mouth, never got one in the ear, never got one on my hat. Got them right on the eyeball
on the
every
face.
time. I'm like,
I got 'em on my
"Ah." Gage, you go grab a spider, put it on your eyeball.
I can bet that's not going to happen.
Man up,
I know.
man up. London doing good?
Yeah, they're chilling. They're eating pizza right now, hanging out. So they got.
You think they're watching the show? Probably
not. No.
Chris is actually staying in a camper right now.
Yeah, we bought a nice travel trailer.
I wish I was out camping right now. But I'm here with my tactical rifleman family, loving this stuff.
We got a bunch more here. Thank you to everybody. I'm going to be away from the mic for a sec, but thank you to everybody that sent donor boxes for my birthday. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Friday is Chad's birthday, by the way.
Friday is, okay.
Friday is. All right, next one is from Phil W. Phil is another, he's another one of our longtime patrons. Phil, thank you so much for all your support on Patreon. Phil is, Phil's part of our family. He's actually up in Alaska. And Phil said, Chad, you don't look 93. Heck, not a day. Okay.
Too soon. Oops, sorry.
Matthew Clyde. Hey, I'm 14 and aspiring to be a PJ.
Whoa.
Your channel has helped me grow. So much thank you. Ephesians 1:16. Not cease to give thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. Thank you, brother.
Awesome.
Hey, Matthew, best of luck being a PJ. When it comes to Air Force Special Ops, now, and you understand the Air Force is an excellent alternative to military service.
It is.
It is. I'm just messing with you. There is only one, I take that back. There are only two positions in the entire Air Force that I consider legitimate war fighters, okay? And you guys know I'm the bravest son of a gun on the planet if I have an AC-130 Spectre gunship over my head. If Spooky's up there with a 105 howitzer, a 40 millimeter Balfours, and two 25 millimeter Gatling guns, I'm a brave son of a gun. I am. But still, when I look at them, we go out and we drink with them, I look at them like, meh. Right? Your fighter pilots, to me, if you fly a F-16 or something like that, you're a small bomber to me. That's all you are. You know, if you're a B-52 pilot, okay, you're a big bomber for me. You carry my satellite guided JDAMs, but basically you just fly around, you drop stuff for me. There are two jobs that I respect in the Air Force. Two. Not the helicopter pilots. Don't get me wrong, helicopter pilots are awesome too. Okay, but understand, in the Army, if you are a Task Force 160th Special Ops helicopter pilot, you're the top of the food chain. And then you got your Apache pilots, and then your Black Hawk pilots, and then your 47 pilots, and then your OH-58 pilot. But in the Army, if you fly for Task Force 160th, you're the top of your class.
You're the big dog.
You're the in the Air Force. If you're the top of your flight class, you fly B-2 stealth bombers. If you're the top 5%, you fly F-35s, F-22s. If you're top 10%, you might get B-52s. Then you get, if you can barely pass the tests drunk, you fly C-130s, C-17s. If you could barely pass flight school stone cold sober the whole time, they put you in rotary wing. And there's no regular Air Force helicopters. There's only Special Ops helicopters in the Air Force. So if you fly helicopters in the Air Force...
Flying for Pedro.
Meh. I'm joking. We have a lot of helicopter pilots that are fans of ours in the Air Force. Now, if you are a TAC-P in the Air Force, you understand basically your job is to go around with the regular Army and call in close air for them. You're never going to be the first guy through the door, contrary to what you tell the people in the bars. You're just not. Your job is to stay back at the kinetic point, stand next to the commander, and be his radio telephone operator. That's all there's to it. There are two jobs in the Air Force I respect. Two. Close air support, A-10 pilot. Because that son of a gun, he may have been the bottom of his class, and we'll never see an F-22 or F-35. He got a plane with no computer in it at all. He's got to have a map strapped to his leg. Wears night vision goggles on his helmet. But that boy comes in danger close, running that 30 millimeter, and it is a sight to be seen. I've called in a lot of training and a couple of combat runs with A-10s, and I'm here to tell you that's a brave son of a gun, because you see that plane coming in and every gun the bad guy's got is pointed at it, and you're sitting in a titanium bathtub. Now, brave guy. That's number two. The most important, maybe not most important, because the F-35 pilot will tell you he's more important. But to me, the one guy I respect more than anything else in the Air Force is when that F-4 Phantom pilot gets shot down in Vietnam, or that B-52 gets shot down in Vietnam and the whole air crew jumps out, and that pilot breaks his leg and he's got his survival beacon on his radio going. That old Jolly Green Giant helicopter would fly out there, triple canopy jungle, hey, I got a broken leg, and they would run a PJ, a para-rescue, para-jumper, basically an Air Force Special Operations medic, trained to the same level that I was as a Special Forces medic. He would get on that jungle penetrator, gunfire or not, and he'd go down and he'd unclip that safety line. Half the time that helicopter would have to leave. He would get to that pilot, he'd let that safety line come back down, and he'd put that pilot on first. So, brother, you saying you're gonna go be a PJ, if you're gonna pick Air Force, and if my daughter wanted to go into any of the branches, I would push her to Air Force. If you're gonna go Air Force, you're gonna go PJ, brother. You have my utmost respect for doing it.
And if you're going PJ, go look up the movie Last Full Measure. It's about Pitzenberger, who was the first, and I think only PJ in Vietnam to get the Medal of Honor.
Really?
Yeah, and but my buddy actually did the movie. It released year before last, and I actually went to the Air Force Museum in Dayton to watch the premiere of it.
Nice.
And it was really cool. And they had some of the guys from the actual battle there. Pitzenberger was killed, but he was the first PJ to get the Medal of Honor. And it's a really cool story.
Cool.
So if you're wanting to do that, check out Last Full Measure.
I have a PJ buddy, and I used to work with him down at Tier 1 Group, and he got a Silver Star for going down the jungle penetrator into a marked minefield to get a casualty out. Brother, best of luck with your career in front of you. Thank you for your service. And that's a big deal, guys, because you understand a lot of people don't join the military when their military is at war. I didn't. I joined in 1985. Yes, I'm old. We were in peacetime, but honestly, I can't say, well, if we were at war, I would have joined. I can't say that because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would have had the courage to do that as a punk in high school. I don't know. I know I always wanted to be a Green Beret. I know I joined the military. I know I enjoyed my military career. I know I served during years of combat. I don't know how many, we're not even going to go down that road. All right, next one, John Brady. Speaking of knives, have you heard anything on the TR knife? Yeah, John, I actually got to update the last package of the Tactical Rifleman Patreon knife. The last package of them has been shipped to the States. So if you got in on that first order of them, your knife should be en route. I'm pretty sure James Swain has already received his. I don't get one, guys. At least I don't think I do. Because what I got was the prototype. Let's see if I can get my box open. Patreon limited edition knife. And anyways, this is not the knife. This is what we start. This is the one I designed. And then take a look at that son of a gun right there. We went over colors and sizes and thicknesses of blades and everything. Yeah, and the biggest gripe, though, was how big the word Patreon was on the blade. So we've actually changed the engraving on the blade. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see it. Chad, can you hold that up in front of the camera?
Oh, you see it right there. Turn it again. Tilt it. And there it is, right there. Let that light hit it.
Guys, it's a beautiful knife. I didn't want to go too big. I got one of his larger field knives to use as a field knife. but I wanted something that you guys could balance as a fighting knife and still use it as a field knife. And so that's what our patrons wanted. That's what we got. I believe we did a run of 100 of them, and or 50, whatever it was. The batch is done. John at Kraken Tactical Knives said they're out. So good to go. All right, next one is from Marvin, aka New York City Drummer 23. Marvin, how are you doing, Marvin? Marvin would like to wish the Chadster a happy birthday.
Thanks, Marvin.
Good stuff indeed.
Even though he wouldn't go kayaking with us.
Yeah. Russell Ridge.
Cool, he's got one.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one's that was an anonymous donation. So Russell, I'm sorry about saying your name, dude. All right, happy birthday to Mao. Thought I caught a whiff of burning hydraulic fluid, but it was the smell of old people. Buying you a drink. Any thoughts on Hamid Karzai crapping on USA in BBC interview? He was barely a blip on the radar until 5th Group ODA 574 went way deep and met him, kicked the snot out of huge Taliban force in Taranaut, about 80 miles north of Kandahar, became overnight hero and president. Guys were injured and killed in friendly fire next day guarding him. Also, Marine General Mattis refused to send choppers to evac, even though he was the closest help. Unbelievable. He would diss America.
Yeah.
I agree on that.
Before you get into that, let me make a correction that I made, a mistake I made earlier.
Okay.
I mentioned Mattis. It's not Mattis working with Patrick Byrne. It's actually General Flynn.
Yes, Flynn working with Byrne, not
Flynn, I
Mattis.
said Mattis, and
yeah,
it was
no.
a mistake. It was not
It's
Mattis.
Flynn.
It was Flynn. Flynn's awesome as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flynn's awesome as hell, guys. Mad Dog Mattis, and I've met Mad Dog Mattis. A lot of people don't like Mad Dog Mattis. Honest, he was always a great general to me. He supported my A-team 100%. That said, I wasn't there with General Mattis. I don't know why he chose not to send support for this other A-team. But yeah, I'd be pissed if I didn't get support from a local unit. But the Marines, guys, Chris, you probably heard me say this before, but like I'll be in the bar in the airport, and there'll be the Marine because they got a flying uniform, right?
Yep.
And they'll be in a little Lance Corporal in his green uniform, and I'll buy him a beer, and my wife will be like, "You bought that
a Marine a beer,"
and she's like, "You don't ever buy Green Berets beer. You don't buy Air Force guys beer, even though you say you're brave with the AC-130. My wife knows what AC-130 is. She's like, you definitely don't buy SEALs beer. But why do you buy Marines beer? Here's why, guys. Because every time my A-team got into a gunfight, and I'm talking, we got into some stupid gunfights. If we ever had Marines wrapped around us, everything always turned out okay. Because Marines want to fight.
Yes,
Where
they
Big
do.
Army would bitch about, you got to have your PT belt on, or where's your helmet at? I'm like, brother, I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'm jogging with my pistol. I'm on base, I'm secure. You're supposed to be the one guarding me, by the way. So I can sleep well during the day and go out and do ops at night. The Marines didn't care about uniform corrections or nothing of my guys. All they cared about was accomplishing the mission. And I have so many great stories of the Marines taking care of my A-teams. We had a Marine. He's standing right. The rocket came in, hit the building. Marine lost his arm, and me and Colonel Buell. I'm standing there talking to Colonel Buell, Marine Colonel. Come in, rocket took messed this. It turns out he was actually a Navy corpsman, which is basically a medic for
Marine
the
Corps
Marine
medic,
Corps.
yep.
Marine Corps medic. And so who's going to patch him up? That's the
That's the
corpsman.
corpsman that
That's
went
the guy
down,
that
yeah.
just got his arm tore up. And I was so pissed. But I want this to sink in. I did not have to write a single Purple Heart for any of my guys. Not one time when we were with Marines. Now, did we get cut up, busted up? Yeah, I've got scars all over from, and like, whoa, you can have a Purple Heart for that. And you understand, the Marine standing next to me lost his arm. The Marine in the vehicle next to me, while I'm trying to treat him, his heart was outside his chest and he died in my arms. The Marine at the Humvee, by the time I got there, he had been shot in the pelvis, and the poor black kid was grayer than I was. You know, no, you're not putting me or any of my guys in for Purple Hearts for scrapes and bruises and perforated eardrums. So anyways, I'm a big fan of Marines, and General Mattis was one of the Marine generals that took good care of me. So if you guys want to bash him, I'm cool with that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I imagine General Mattis would probably like to defend himself. Buford T. Justice, scroll down for me a little bit. There we go. Buford threw down, all right, back up top. Yep.
Here?
No comment.
No comment, yeah.
Chad is awesome. You got to scroll back up, scroll back up. That wasn't anonymous. Buford T. Justice is one of my favorite human beings, also a former Marine.
It was a great character, too.
Buford is awesome, dude. He's awesome. Guys, I got great news. Chad is going to be coming to our Patreon class this October. He came last time. He's the guy that teaches the dark arts. Dirty fighting. We're going to be doing a session of dirty fighting at this next Patreon class. But backed by popular demand, we're also going to have him do escapology again. How to get out of handcuffs, how to get out of flex cuffs and chains and ropes and duct tape and packing tape and Kevlar tape. And last time, for example, the end of his block of instruction, he would search you to make sure you didn't have any handcuff keys on you. And then handcuff you, duct tape your knees, ankles together, and put a bag over your head, and then put a book bag over the top of that, cinch it down, and put your ass in the trunk of a Dodge Charger. And they'd be like, all right, if you freak out, all you gotta do is bang, I'll let you out. But you've got 15 minutes.
Really?
Starting now.
Woo.
And
how thorough is that search?
So
I've got 2 handcuff keys on me now, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, it was Z checking you. We had
Chad Mormon taught me where to find them. I know where you got them.
We had she was 15 or 16, the girl at the class, Chad. How old was she?
If she
high school girl, high school girl.
Younger than 15, I would
say. She was a high school girl, cute little thing, but she looked about 11. Scared to death. Scared to death. By the end of Chad's class, she popped that trunk with like 3 minutes to spare. And what got out of that truck was a completely different girl. She got out with confidence to face the world, that she no longer had to be a victim. She no longer had to rely on somebody else for her own safety. And it did. Chad Mormon, Buford T. Justice, as he goes by here, thank you for all that you do. You truly do make a difference in this world. To the contrary of what other people may say out there, I do not surround myself with anybody that's not good people. Yeah, I understand, guys. I'm a regular guy. That's it. I've done fucking nothing. But I surround myself with good people.
You do have good people around you. I mean, everybody I've ever hung out with around
Angery,
you,
Z, just great people. They make my job easy. Next one's from Hockey D. Happy B-Day, Chadster. Stay positive, Carl. Lots of great people hereabouts. And a July 4th salute to those who serve or have served. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. All right, well, let's get back to the Chris here. Chris, what... and everybody wants to know about Book 11. We're going to give you shit about Book 11.
I didn't get to do it.
Guys,
we covered that the other day at the party.
If you guys are not familiar with Chris's books, he goes by Angry American. It's not on your hat, though, today.
No, today's not. I'm wearing a paddleboard and hat today.
It's on your cup, though.
It is on the cup.
It is on the cup.
So there we go. There's
right
Angry
there.
American. You can kind of see a little bit, but There's the
Yeah,
logo.
yeah, the
Let me
logo.
see if we can get it where they can see it on the camera. Shit, I'm backwards, ass backwards.
Ass backwards, bass
That's me,
backwards.
bass backwards. Yeah, that's it, kind of.
And just so you know, we're trying to work on the F-bombs.
Yeah,
Did I say
so,
that?
All right,
No.
so
He did.
Oh, okay.
Just-
All right.
I'm telling him by
if you
telling
look at how his name is spelled here, guys, you notice he spells it angry American.
Yeah,
He
for a reason.
deliberately
Yes.
spells it wrong.
Yes.
Why? Just to screw up all the analytics on the internet.
Well, and I like to say it's idiot fishing or it's idiot bait and the fishing's good because people are like, how can you be a writer if you can't spell angry?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, whatever. You're retarded.
How did you start off as a writer, brother?
Purely accidental. I wrote going home on a forum, a survival forum, for my own entertainment.
It wasn't even meant to be a book.
Dude, if you could have seen that original material,
Yeah.
because I worked on the road, so I sat in hotels a lot at night. I didn't like to go to bars and stuff, but I'd get a bottle, come back, sit in the room, get half in the bag, and terrorize the internet with a story. And it had a huge following, so there's a big community around it. So I would be talking and messing with
What
people.
blog was this?
It was Survivalist Boards.
Survivalist Boards.
Survivalist
okay.
Boards. It was a good forum. I haven't messed with it since I finished the book. The owner of it, me and him, kind of parted ways. And,
Okay.
You know, but it's still a great forum if anybody's
Yeah.
looking for one.
I like survival blog. I don't know if you're familiar with
Oh,
that.
I know that one
Yeah.
too. That's old. What's his name?
Oh, I can't
Patriots is the book.
believe- Yeah, Patriots is the book. I can't remember.
I
the
just
guy.
forgot his name. Me and him.
Rawls.
James Wesley Rawls.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he and I are feuding or something because I took a stab at him in my book as a joke, just for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and but he got pissed about it, I guess. So I'm not. Doesn't bother
Who
me.
cares?
I
Don't
yeah, I
bother
don't
me. Let
care
it roll
at all.
off. Roll
Yeah.
off. All right, so you started off there, just knocking out a couple of
Writing
chapters.
a little post a day, putting it up, and it just developed a life of its own. And the readers, the people that were following it, they were asking me to publish it, and I was like, I'm a writer. Nobody's gonna pay money for this garbage. Just be happy you got to read it, you know.
Yeah.
And they were persistent though. And so finally, I was like, well, here, I'll write you another one. So I actually wrote the second book to this series on the forum too.
No shit.
In its
so
entirety.
the first one wasn't even published yet.
No. And they were pestering me to publish it. And then one of my friends posted my PayPal account. And he's like, well, send him money. We'll make him do it. And they did. They sent several $1,000s to me. And I was like, oh, shit. Now I have to do it.
Now I have to do it.
So I was like, all right, look, I'll get this done. And I'll give you guys your signed copies if you'll just shut up and leave me alone. I just didn't take it serious. I didn't have any idea the potential behind it.
Yep.
And so I paid a lot of money, got ripped off, and had it done. But you know, part of that deal is it went on Amazon, and it made more It made in the first month on Amazon what a quarter of my annual salary was. So
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, there is something to this.
Yeah.
And then it was just, I don't know, a couple weeks, well, about 6 weeks later, I guess, from the very, very beginning of it, publishing it, the Penguin Books made an offer, and I turned down their first offer, much to their chagrin. They were like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, no. But they called back 2 weeks later. They'd found religion or something and made me an offer that there was no way I could say no to. So I took that one.
Okay.
And,
Nice.
and I did 5 books with them, and then we parted ways, and now I just self-publish them. And so,
So self-publishing, and the only reason why I ask is because these you see them in the back there.
Yep.
All those freaking monkeys out there.
yep.
And move for a second, don't it? Move. Right. See the ones in the back?
Yep.
Those
All of
son
them
of a
back there.
guns right there are trying to get me to publish my
You need to,
jackassery.
because I read that chapter you gave me, and I really like it. We can make this happen.
My son printed out, for those of you that don't know, you hear me talk about Patreon all the time. And Patreon, we started because YouTube was demonetizing our videos. I needed just some way to kind of keep this boat afloat. And Patreon has grown into a big part of my family. Susan and everybody there, James Swain and Phil W. And these guys are all of you patrons. You know who you are out there. You're truly part of my family now. So one of the perks of being a patron is once a month I do story time with Carl. And I just tell one of my war stories, and they're not all combat stories.
Yeah.
Most of the good ones are training, because our training, if you make training harder than combat,
Then
combat's easy as shit.
Yeah.
And I've done some stupid shit in training, hiding in minefields, hiding in artillery impact areas, hiding in swamps.
Hey, tell Kentucky Brandon happy birthday. He shares the same birthday as me.
No.
birthday.
So anyway, Brandon, you know I love you, brother. You know I do, just not that much. Happy birthday, Brandon. So anyway, so for Patreon, I start telling these stories. Well, my son takes the videos and types them out. The poor guy sits there. He's got a degree in journalism, and he types them out. And then the goal is me and him every once in a while. We're supposed to do it like once a quarter. We've actually only done it
Sit down and go through
one
them.
time. Yeah, because, you know, the name of the town was Najaf. A-N. There's
Najaf.
no way a 25-year-old college kid is
No.
going to spell Najaf correct.
Yeah.
Some of the stories I say it was in 2007. It was actually 2008 or 2006. The dates, different nomenclatures. Like in the back of the book, we've got to have what all the military acronyms
Oh,
mean.
yeah. Yep.
So when we get to a word that my son, he's educated, if he don't know what it is, there's no freaking way in hell
these guys are
Moody
gonna- yeah.
2 is going to know.
Yeah.
Moody will know. Moody 2 was
him.
actually the commo guy in my old recon platoon.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, he's going to know.
And his wife makes the best apple pie moonshine ever. But anyway, so the plan, my son came up to me and he's like, Dad, we got all the chapters of your book done. You and me got to sit down now and edit them. And I looked at my schedule and I've got time, but it's like January, February time frame to do. That's how busy I am. But I'm going to do it, even though but I need your help. I'm sincere when I say
No,
that.
I'll come up. You
I
tell me
don't, dude, I'm not asking you to do nothing. I just want you to point me in the right
Yeah,
direction.
no, I'll help you do it all because you can do everything yourself these
Yeah.
days. You don't need a publisher, and that's the beauty of it with self-publishing is you self-publish, you get to make all the money. Like
Yeah.
what I make on a book from Penguin Books is a fraction of what I make on a self-published book.
Okay.
Like 20% of what I make on a self-published book.
Nice.
So it's a huge difference. And you get to set your own pricing on self-published books. But the key is it, because people always ask me, how'd you get published? How'd you do all this? And I tell them, I said, you need to have an audience first.
Yeah.
Have your audience first. That way they're waiting
Yeah.
on your product. And you have that. You've got a great community.
Well, I mean,
and, you know,
I know Susan wants one. Will you guys buy my book, or do you want it free? I imagine they want it free.
No, I won't because I've had the audiobook for the last 4 years. I don't want to hear any more of that shit.
Poor Chad. We go to classes and I share little vignettes in class, right?
They're always funny.
And Chad just sits in the back and just goes, because he knows all my stories. And like,
I was
So much shit.
I was talking to Carl. I'm like, you should do like your combat mindset video for another platform. And we were talking about that, and he's like, please. Chad's like, please don't ask him to do that. I don't want to sit through that thing again. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
we start every Combat Pistol 101 class. We start with combat mindset, and literally, Chad gets up and leaves the building. He has sat through that thing so many times. Poor guy.
I purposely don't.
They're saying, sell it. I'll buy it, and they'll pay extra for sign ones. That's how this works, people. You pay extra for sign
I
ones.
purposely do
liars.
not set up the range for class until he's in the 2 hours of classroom that starts the class because I cannot physically sit. I sit there and it looks bad because I'm sitting there and my eyes are rolling in the back of my head. I'm like, I can't listen
He's
to this
getting
shit
ready
no
to
more.
say.
I know what comes next. And there was a point when I would cut him off and say what he was going to say, but he gets pissed.
Steal his thunder from me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tell
You
him
did
the
that.
punchlines, all his jokes.
You're just calling him out in the back of the room. Because last time I noticed you did dip pretty quick.
I have
you were
to. I
gone.
can't sit through. How many times have I? How many pistol carbine classes have I done with you?
I think we're coming up on 20,
Yeah, 20 freaking times.
but he hasn't sat through the last 10 of them because he gets up and leaves. He gets up and leaves. Now, can you imagine how bad it is for my wife? Because she has to sit through all these stories. Hell, she's in some of the stories, poor
Jesus.
girl.
You guys are nutbags, by the way.
Whoa.
Slow
Nice.
the frick down.
Now, hey guys,
my
it's Chad.
Golly.
You guys understand this is Chad's birthday. Chad needs the dinero.
Oh my.
You guys, hey, if you guys can afford it, do this for me.
No.
I want you guys hook up the Chadster. Hook him up.
Did I get
Say happy birthday to the Chadster. Sincerely. Happy birthday, Chad. Here's another one. Happy birthday. Wow.
Can I get Eric? Yeah.
Happy
Stephanie
birthday,
threw down 100 bones.
Mr. Chadster.
Eric from Nutrient Survival threw down 50. Woo! Eric, don't leave, man. We're getting ready to talk about Nutrient Survival here in a minute. I hope you don't take off. Hope we don't take off.
Yeah, Eric, don't take off.
All right. Hockey D, happy B-Day, Chadster. We already read that one, Chad.
Yeah, we did.
Chad's so fired. He's doing reruns already. You know, you don't get more
Well, he
money
didn't know
by...
I was here helping him do his
Yeah,
job.
you don't
actually,
get
ladies
more
and
money
gentlemen.
with me reading it twice.
I was keeping things running for you.
All right.
I didn't even notice you're gone, actually.
Happy birthday to a true American, Chad Holsizer. God bless. Eric Christensen.
Thanks,
Thank
Eric.
you, brother. Appreciate it. Good evening, Carl, Chris, and happy birthday,
Leaf, what up, man?
Chadster. Glad y'all had an awesome 4th, as all great Americans should. Rangers lead the way.
That's our pumpkin jumper.
Yes, it is. I know. He was floating her bob.
Leaf LeBlanc. Guys, if you've seen the video, came out, 2 weeks ago with us jumping out of the C-47. Leaf LeBlanc was the guy that had the big orange parachute. The wing camera, the GoPro on the wing, you can see us all going out. I go out first, then my son, then Chadster, then Emery. Well, right behind Emery is Leif LeBlanc with the
Under the
big
cargo
orange
chute.
ball.
The
Big
cargo
orange
chute.
cargo chute. Awesome
It's not because
stuff.
he's fat.
No.
Dude is a brick shit house.
Yeah, he's a stack of man. There's no doubt about it. Not because he's fat. He's just a big
Stephen
guy.
Gaffney, thank you, brother. No donor comment. That's all good. It's okay. Anthony
Valenzuela.
Valenzuela.
Oh,
Happy
Valenzuela.
birthday, Chad.
Thank you.
Not Venezuela, Valenzuela.
Yep. Joseph Mayers. Can't remember what SF group was, but the 03-04 Solder City, they always, when they could, would request my Cav Scout platoon to provide cordon while they went in, did their thing. It was always fun seeing them roll out with subjects strapped to the hood of their Humvees. Yeah,
Strapped to the
no, dude, you carry your prisoners where you can.
Yeah.
And
Where
a
you
guy
can.
in the back of a truck wearing handcuffs or zip ties, a lot of times they'll think about jumping off the truck. They will. But if you're strapped to the hood of the vehicle, somehow that never crosses your mind for some reason.
You're not looking to
It doesn't
jump.
cross your mind. Brother, thank you for your service. I know those A-team guys were glad to have your Cav platoon there, because there ain't nothing better for making holes in a building than a 25 millimeter Bushmaster chain gun.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite firing ports to shoot out of in buildings were put there by 25 millimeter chain guns. I love those things. Beautiful thing. Manny M.
Manny.
Manny. Carl, please don't dox me again. LOL. Happy birthday, Chad.
Thanks, Manny.
42 plus 1. Chris, where is book 11? LOL. Oh, I'm sorry. This is an anonymous donation. Sorry, Manny. I didn't mean to throw
He
your
said,
name
"Don't
out
dox
there."
me," and he did it anyway.
Russ also wants to know about more book.
More book, yeah, and more. MOAR. That was when I was writing online every day. If I didn't post daily to that thing, they would be in there with MOAR in all capitals. More book, and that was BUK or book, but. And it would be hundreds of them. Like, and if they had my phone number or whatever, they'd be texting me like, "Man, where the hell you at? It's been 2 days." You know, like they'd get all butthurt. It was a lot of fun to write a book that way.
Thanks, Manny.
I bet. All right, this one is not anonymous. It's Jordan Telting. Happy birthday, Chadster. Sell the book, Carl. We will pay for it. Guys, I appreciate that. Here's my problem with it, though, is... I was a Green Beret. Quiet professionals is what they call us, among other things. A lot of regular Army guys call us overschooled cowboys. But we're supposed to be known as the quiet professionals. Now, when I started doing this YouTube channel, Tactical Rifleman, the point of it was get people to go take classes. And the intent was for never to get big. But then I realized a lot of people can't come take classes. And but I could still reach people and help make concerned citizens better, even with just what I'm putting out on the internet. But I'm here to tell you guys, I catch a lot of shit from other Green Berets that old buddies of mine, my old unit. They're like, dude, why are you doing that? Why are you on YouTube? Why are you... now, in my defense, we don't do tactics. You know, we do tips and techniques, how to do things. We talk about capabilities. We talk about gear review, things like that. But like there's a video, how a Navy SEAL clears a room. And everybody bitches that we shouldn't be sharing tactics on the internet. That title is clickbait. How a Navy SEAL clears a room is our greatest viewing video ever. It's got dozens of millions of, literally millions of views. But if you actually watch the video, like all the kids that play Call of Duty do, Jason is just talking about footwork and balance in the doorway. He's not talking about tactics at all because we don't do tactics on the internet. But guys still give me shit for, Carl, you're supposed to be quite professional. SEALs write books. You don't write books. These guys do videos. You're not supposed to be doing videos. So I've accepted that I do social media now. Okay. If you had asked me 5 years ago, hey, Carl, when you grow up, you're going to be a social media influencer, I would have punched you right in the throat. But now look at me.
Yeah.
But, no, dude, this is, I love you guys. I do. I love y'all. And if I can stay at home, work from home, work my own schedule, teach classes, I enjoy teaching, and still be able to do these videos, it's allowed me to meet great people like Chris. It's allowed me to meet people like Chad.
One of the beautiful things about this is, you know, I didn't see the change that was coming.
Yeah.
That what this did. And like you just said, it's let me meet cool. Like I'm here, I got my camper in the campground. I got my laptop with me. I'm working. I was working earlier today on Book 11, y'all. So I can work from anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
I'm planning a trip out west. I'm going to go out through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Colorado. Like big trip later this year that we're going to be on the road for a couple months probably. Meeting people, taking classes from some folks, giving some classes, all that stuff. So it's cool that when you can develop a life that'll give you that sort of freedom to be able to say, I'm going to go here and I can still do what I need to do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go do it over there. Look,
God bless the internet.
Yeah, man.
People bitch about the internet, but it's good stuff indeed. Hey,
Rick Lamb. I've met Rick.
Is he here?
No, it's Mike Quigley serving him dinner tonight.
Michael Kennett. Happy birthday, Chad. Are you going to be at the classes this weekend? Of course. What he's talking about, guys, is this weekend. Chris, you're bringing your wife to class also.
Mel's going to be in class.
Friday, while you guys are watching our new video, we're not going to be watching it. We are actually going to be knee-deep in Combat Pistol 101. That is all day Friday. Saturday morning, we start a 2-day class, Combat Pistol Carbine. It has a night shoot Saturday night. And then again, all day Sunday, shooting, moving, failure drills, check drills, all of our CTEs, one-handed pistol reloads, all kinds of great stuff. It's a great, great weekend of training. Z Durham, Instructor Z, a lot of you guys know him as Instructor Z. He is lead instructor with me. We split. I do, you guys know I talk more than Z does. So I'm the instructor, but Z is the guy that I built this class with. And then Chad is there, and we're going to have Emery Morgenstern there also. So, yeah, great stuff. I actually got a couple slots left for that class. They're actually still on sale. I don't know why. I had another guy had something else come up. I don't know if he might have lost a couple fingers over the 4th. I don't know. But whatever reason.
I've got a couple guys that are coming in.
Yeah, you do. A couple of your buddies have signed up. Next one is from Zari Hukasan. Hook, we remember you from class, brother. He says, happy birthday, Chadster. Good stuff.
Thank you, Hook.
Yep. Good stuff indeed.
Not it. Keep going.
We got one more to go.
Two more.
Older but wiser. Clown nose at birthday central.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Not because it's his birthday, but because Chad looks good in camo capris and rubber boots. Texas class. Yeah, that was Chad. It was. Happy B-Day.
Camo capri.
Yeah, that was the
I had
Chad.
Cry multicam pants on, but I had them rolled up because what he leaves out here is that we were in a clay patch doing class. Mm-hmm. You could not walk in it without it. I ruined 2 pairs of shoes, and then I finally said, forget this, and I went and got my muck boots and pulled my pants up to my knees and wore muck boots. And it was walking around, ask Carl, 50 pounds of stuck mud.
Oh, yeah.
Doing movement drills. Doing movement drills.
Nice.
So I had to suck it up.
Yeah.
All right, one more. All right, Anthony Scheller. Happy birthday, Chad. See you guys this coming Friday for Combat Pistol 101. Anthony, it's going to be a great class, dude. He's one of the guys that just signed up.
Cool.
The weather's going to be awesome. Chad's trying to talk me out of doing the rain dance, but it's kind of, I don't know. We'll see.
He did a rain dance for his father-in-law's funeral. Do you think
Hello,
you're going to get out of rain? No.
Hello, funeral. Right?
They're already calling for rain.
Now, you notice before we went to the graveyard that the clouds parted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
God loves you.
That's power, dude. That's power. That's knowing, that's having pull with people. That's knowing people.
That's having pull.
That's having pull with people. All right. One thing I want to give a shout out to, we're talking about doing classes and stuff, is you guys know I love nutrient survival. I'm big on the being prepared and everything. There's a lot of great food out there. I used to carry the mountain house things, a lot of the freeze-dried foods up on the mountains and camping and everything. But I got approached by this company called Nutrient Survival. You guys have seen me mention them before. They got the single serving ones now for going camping and stuff.
League's already in there.
Blah 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 blah. Right? I started to blow the guy off, but then I started sell it to me, and he did. Here's the difference: is you can have shelf-stable food, freeze-dried, but most of the time it's empty calories. It's soy instead of real meat. It's this instead of that. But this company's like, look, instead of trying to underbid everybody, make stuff cheaper than the Chinese, let's go the other direction and make it better quality stuff. So their stuff is, they pitch it as special ops grade nutrition. I'm like, okay, explain that to me. They take the SOCOM menu, the SOCOM nutritional values, the amounts you're supposed to get, and that's what they work at. And their stuff is stable, but it's vitamin minerals. Like, it's not just shelf-stable milk. It's vitamin milk. I'm like, elaborate on that for me, because you guys understand, if you're trying to, and you saw a video I did with Chris's buddy Donnie about storing
packing food,
bulk rices and grains and beans, and like I've done wheat. My wife wants to do a bunch of beans now and rice and.
Well, you got some rolled oats to do now.
I got some rolled oats. My wife, she just went, how many bags? And she went 10. Buy. I'm like, how do you understand those are 50-pound
That was
bags?
500 pounds of rolled oats you just bought.
All right, so you can do that, but one of the things that's very hard to store that you're going to need, right? Because we all like to cook. I like milk from the fridge. So that means, well, Chris, for example, has got freaking cows in his backyard. That would be awesome. I don't have any dairy cows here. Could you shit a dairy cow overnight? No. Could I put a dairy cow up on the shelf in my storeroom? No. But, so in other words, I can't just put milk. And a lot of your condensed milks, not that stable long term. Some of your powdered milks, again, a lot of them, they don't keep as well as people think they do. So one of the hardest things to store, and Chris sent me this son of a gun. Powdered vitamin milk. Guys, this thing, I was like, well, that's a no-brainer, Chris. Here's the deal. My wife is going to say, send. Send me 10 of them. Okay, and that's money well spent. So anyway, so you guys know I've been working with Nutrient Survival for a while now. I'm a big fan of their stuff. Talking to them, doing stuff. I'm trying to fill classes. For example, I gave Chris this slot for this weekend, gave him and his wife a slot.
Yep.
I think that's money well spent. Same thing, talking with Nutrient Survival, let's do something together. So here's what I'm offering you guys. I'm doing this for you. Chad put it in the chat room already. I'm going to ask Chad to put it back in there again. Chad, can you plug it in there one more time? There is a link for the landing page. And what it is, it's nutrientsurvival.com pages/landing page tactical rifleman.
It's in the description of the video as well.
We'll put it in the description of the video. It's already in there. You go there, guys. What I've done is I am going to give away, and you don't have to buy anything. That's the cool part. You don't. Go to their website, you click on that link, you go to their website, and we're doing a giveaway there. I'm giving away basically $1,100 worth of training. So you basically can get in on a 3-day class. To spice it up a little bit, Eric at Nutrient Survival said, I'll pay $500 towards travel. So for like hotel rooms, mileage. So he's going to throw in up to $500 for your travel. Guys, you understand, and it can be any one of my classes. You want to take tactical precision rifle. You want to take CQB and home defense. You want to get in. Now, the Patreon class is only open for patrons, but if you're a patron and you win this thing, so be it. Put it, get in on that. But we've got high-risk travel classes with Chad Mormon. The one for August is completely sold out, but there's still like 7 or 8 slots left for the one in the first week of December. We have these classes year-round. I'll even let you guys put it towards next year's class if your schedule's already full. But anyways, click on the link, and the cool part is you can use, when you go there, and then you can use it anytime year-round. You use TR10, you save 10% at their website. But you can go there before your next camping trip. You can buy their variety packs if that's what you want to go camping with, all right? You can buy the cans. My wife likes the cans because you put the shelves just right in the storeroom, and AKA your son's walk-in closet. It used to be for his clothes.
Yeah,
not
it's
anymore.
not his closet anymore. Now it's a gear locker.
Mama owns that.
Yeah.
If you put those shelves the exact height, you would be amazed at how many cans and buckets filled with Donnie's rice and everything else. So go to the link, check it out, guys. It's free, don't cost you a dime. You go there and like you get an entry just for going there, but you get another entry for like going to their Facebook page or going to my Facebook page. You get an automatic entry. You get one for going to my Instagram page. You're going to go to my Instagram page anyways. You might as well click from there, and the next thing you know, you've got 10 entries. And every time you do a purchase, I think you get 15 more entries. So anyways, we're going to do it for the whole month of July. Whole month of July. This is my favorite month. I got Independence Day. I've got my birthday at the end of the month, and I always put some of my favorite classes to teach in the middle of the month. And for example, the one this weekend is going to be good stuff. So anyways, guys, Chris, I'm sorry, Eric Christensen from Nutrient Survival, he's the president there.
Yeah. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to be ordering some.
He was an Army Ranger, and he's good people. We've actually had him sitting in that chair before. We have. He's actually stopped by coming through, me and him.
Really?
He wanted to vet me. I wanted to vet him. And we ended up shaking hands and saying, let's make the world a better place.
There you go.
So, Eric, thank you for your support. And sincerely, guys, you're going to buy the food anyways. Use TR10. That brings it down to the price of your Mountain House stuff. And you will legitimately you'll legitimately get some good supplies without a doubt. And they've got like the 72-hour survival packs and all that stuff. I don't care about that. I care about, like, and they got their new lasagna. Oh. Everybody's got to have a favorite. Ooh, Eddie Hayes pitched down 100 bones. Yeah. Happy birthday, Chad.
Chad's having a good birthday.
Yeah, Eddie, we're gonna have to wait for Chad to come back. We'll read that one again for him. Jerome Vargas, happy birthday, Chad. Here's a couple of bucks for some birthday beer. Carl, I saw the 6.8 video today, and I gotta say, as an armorer, that new system seems exciting. Yeah, what it is, guys, is I don't know if you saw the video, but it's the Army did the next generation squad weapon.
Yep.
We filmed all 3 of these videos back last September, I think it was. And the first one we did was about the ammo, the saw, and the battle rifle. We did one big video, and then we were going to do a video about just the saw. We released that one, and then we just did this video about the battle rifle. The plan is to do another one just about the ammo. But down the road, I would like SIG and General Dynamics, the other 2 companies bidding for the contract. I want SIG to say, hey, look, Carl did a good job on this video. I didn't bash it. I didn't fully support it, but I definitely didn't publicly bash it. I want them to see I gave it the benefit of the doubt and I allowed it to shine. I want SIG to allow me to view their gun. And then I want General Dynamics to allow me to see their bullpup. All 3 systems, and I'm familiar with the SIG one. I haven't played too much with the General Dynamic ones other than seeing it at SHOT Show. Where was it? Maybe it was SHOT. Anyways, long story short.
It was the last SHOT Show.
Yeah. That video that we just came out with, guys, this is the ammo that it shoots, and it is, everybody keeps saying 6.8 SPC is crap. This is not a 6.8 SPC. Any AR can be, you just buy a new upper.
Yep.
And it'll run 6.8, and it'll run 6.8 great. I wish we had gone to 6.8 back in 2001 because 5th Group, Steve Holland, our R&D section, they actually got with Barrett to make us, I think they made us 100 uppers. And then Remington made us 250,000 rounds of 6.8, and we sent the guns overseas. 6.8 SPC gives you 2/3 the knockdown power of 308 with only half the recoil of 308. Okay, that's what we wanted. We were ice picking through skinny Afghanis with 5.56 green tip. That's not what this is. All right, understand the way this contract is written, and there's a separate contract for the optic and fire control system. Yeah, the green one's the actual armor piercing. This is the actual test ammo, practice ammo. You can see the projectile in there, guys, and the rest of it's all gunpowder, primer in the back. They're smooth. There's no rim on this. No. It does not extract. This has been around.
H&K did this
with Textron. They're still helping them do it. It's been around since the late 80s, early 90s, guys, and the intent is to go the next step to caseless ammo, but we're not there yet. Are we there now? Are we there now? This is me being honest to you guys because I love you guys. This is still a prototype gun. So I'm going to say that out loud that, yeah, this is still a prototype gun.
And the gun that you saw in the video is not the gun that is in works right now for review.
Right.
Yes.
All the guns, at the time of filming, the gun we had was not the gun.
Because they were literally tweaking the changes when Big Army did their tests with 10th Mountain and a few other units, they're like, hey, these are things we want changed. So they were working on. So the gun you see in the video is, again, just a prototype. I enjoyed shooting it. I want to see us go in this direction. I like the projectile that the Army went with here in the green one because, and you're not allowed to say it out loud. Not allowed to say it out loud, but it is. we need to be able to defeat our enemy in a conventional battle that wear conventional modern body armor. And that is not a freaking caveman with a bone ran through his nose holding some old AK or a 4570 who learned from his grandfather how to shoot down Hind helicopters with it.
You know exactly who that's made for.
Yes, Chinese and Russian body armor.
And that and that applies as a caveat. From what I understand, not to be fact checked and be wrong, but
Yeah.
I believe what I said about Textron's rifle. It's the same thing with the SIG. The ones that you see currently from SIG and General Dynamics are not the current configuration that are in competition for this contract.
No,
It has
they're
not
just
been awarded
development
yet,
rifles,
guys.
as they're
It has
going
not
through.
been awarded yet. It may never be awarded because political climates change and generals change. There was a big Army general. I don't remember his exact name, so I don't want people saying I said the wrong general's name. But this is his wet dream. He literally, remember the last time, because this is a big contract, the last time the Army changed calibers was in Vietnam when we went from the M14 shooting 7.62 by 51 to this little itty bitty varmint round. 223. Really? We're going to go to something called, because we're NATO, 5.56 by 54. Real? No, that's a varmint round. 223 is a varmint round. There's no way. Now, all the comments you see in the comment section about these Textron guns are, oh, it's too complicated. It's ugly. It's going to... all these same comments, guys, are exactly what everybody said about Stoner's AR back in the 60s.
Well, that's going to make ammo bearing so much easier. That's so light.
It's
I mean,
light.
You're
It's
taking
crazy
weight off
light,
of this
dude. Yeah.
thing. I mean, that's
And
impressive.
it's hitting like a 300 Win Mag. I want that to sink in. I'm not allowed to say muzzle velocity. I'm not allowed to say kinetic energy foot-pounds when it hits the target. I'm not allowed to say what kind of armor it goes through. What I am allowed to say, actually I'm really not allowed to say it either, is guys, none of the guns are ready yet. My personal opinion, none of them run flawlessly yet. None of them are as accurate as they need to be yet. But neither was the M16 when it was first fielded. Some of the first guys to get it in Vietnam were like, this thing is a disaster. It does not run, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's lighter. But they bitched about so many things. Nobody knew. There's a new, it's called a gas impingement system.
Yep.
What kind of bullshit is that?
direct impingement too.
Like what? And I want my piston back from my M14.
Yeah.
That's what I want back. I want my piston. Yeah, they bitched. So I'm excited about it. I am. I'm excited about the projectile. I'm excited that the Army wants to look at it, at finally going back to a battle rifle. Now, is it going to replace the M16? I'm sorry, is it going to replace the M4? Here's why I hope it doesn't. Because in the arms room, you can have lots of guns. The M16 family of rifles was designed to be an assault rifle. Now, and like, oh my God, Carl just called the AR an assault rifle. Yeah, I've kind of earned the right to say that, Woodchuck. By definition, a assault rifle is a select fire weapon, shoulder-fired rifle that fires an intermediate cartridge.
Intermediate.
Intermediate, all right? 7.62 by 51 is a shortened down 30-06, right? Our M1s, right? We started heading in that direction, but they're both battle rifle cartridges. They're heavy stocks made for long range. You go to a smaller gun for assaulting, for close quarters in the jungle, but also close quarters in an urban environment. And that is where the M16, the M4 specifically, really excels. You run the shorter barrels, a 10.5-inch upper, you're running good parallax-free holographic sights or red dots on them. You're running shorty suppressors to get rid of the muzzle flash. You're running nods. It is made for assaulting. It's not made for long-range battles on a conventional battlefield where you're fighting around tanks at kilometers apart. That's not what the gun's made for. Now, as far as people saying, Carl, the AR-15 is not an assault rifle. You're feeding the liberal left. No, I'm not. All right. I'm not saying I was a Green Beret. You guys know I was a Green Beret. I am saying that in every Special Forces group, there's one company that has a special mission to do hostage rescue and direct action. So where all SFA teams have to be able to do all the SF missions, unconventional warfare, DA, strategic reconnaissance, FID, foreign internal defense, stuff like that. That one company specializes specifically in HR and DA, direct action. Guys, that's conducting assaults, hostage rescue assaults. That was my unit. That was my unit. So when I say I have done hundreds of assaults carrying an M4, I have done hundreds of assaults carrying an M4, carrying my M4 assault rifle. I have earned the right to call it an M4 assault rifle. So if I hurt your feelings, because you're saying that the AR is not, it is the American sporting rifle, and you should not be calling it an assault rifle. You're feeding the liberal left. Guys, I could give a shit less. This is a part where I explain to you hot, cold, and recoil. If I hurt your feelings, I don't care.
And also look at the diversity of the design. By upscaling it, you can now shoot 300 Win Mag, 308,
300 Blackout, Grendels, whatever.
Look at all the cartridges you can run in that gun.
I'm drinking tea tonight just for you.
An AR-10. An AR-10 is just an upscaled.
It's just a big AR.
AR-15.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually mistaken. I was drinking tea for you.
Is there coffee in there now?
Oh, look, the numbers tanked because he called it an assault rifle.
Yeah, I'm sure my Google moderator probably just chopped the feet out from underneath us.
No, just Ground Bear. This isn't my show,
rifle.
so I'm you know.
I mean,
insult rifle.
All right, guys. I'm sorry I got up on my soapbox for a minute. I'm off my soapbox now. I'm back. So anyways, good stuff indeed.
Yeah, Cheeky Squirrel pre-charged pneumatic air rifles are the shit. You guys can get those things at 50 caliber nowadays, and they're taking moose with them in Alaska. So think about that.
Yes.
A pre-charged 50 cal air rifle killing moose.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. You know, I don't have a good air rifle, dude. I don't. My only air rifles are no shit, lever action,
little daisy for shooting the bees up at the shed.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about Chris Gogus earlier.
Yeah.
Chris, him and my other buddy Bruce, they actually went in and bought some very high-end air rifles, and I'm talking suppressed because air rifles they allow them to be suppressed.
Yeah.
They got a couple pellet guns that are charged via a scuba tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
That I think we may have to bring them on the channel and do some videos.
No,
because
dude,
those things are amazing, dude. They're amazing.
Here's the deal.
Full auto versions too.
If you don't think you need to have a good air rifle in your inventory, and that's why I'm literally saying I'm behind the power curve on this, because I actually had one in Baghdad. I would drop all the little birds out whenever I got pissed off at my computer, which happens often. I would take my. I had a break action German-made air rifle, and I would just go outside and just start slaying all the little birds out front, just tweeting all this beautiful music. I want to hear beautiful music when I'm in a combat zone. So, anyways, if you've got to shelter in place, you need to be able to feed your family and everything, but part of that, if you can harvest wild game, whether it's squirrels or I don't care if you have to eat pigeons, it's better than feeding your family just MREs. If I can put some fresh meat, I'm all about the fresh meat. So an air rifle is so much quieter and cheaper than you're trying to shoot suppressed subsonic 22 long rifle, which is cheaper than suppressed 45 caliber. So anyways, have your suppressors, have your subsonic ammo. I'm all about it. I'm big on hand loading my own subsonic 300 Blackout, subsonic 308. I haven't done any subsonic 338 Lapua yet.
I think we should do a video, and this is a conversation that me and another buddy of mine had, is how pointless subsonic 223 is when you can do a subsonic 22 and it way out slaps.
I run Calibris.
Yeah.
You don't need a suppressor.
No. Well, Calibris, no, yes.
I run them in a Henry lever 22.
Yeah.
And air guns are louder. For varmint control, you're shooting squirrels or small game.
That's what you were shooting in the barn.
That's what I was shooting in the barn, shooting rats at night.
He's got his chicken coop, and it's like he just does it every night. He just gets up and walks out, like, la-di-da-di-da, walk out, and he just, like, swings, like, pow! And I'm like, oh shit, there's a freaking rat up
I was
there.
in the front.
Rat, like New York City.
Yeah, they were big rats.
Like Mr. T, starter set, sunglass rat.
They eat well.
Yeah. Big monster rat,
But
subway rat.
Then the tube ran out and I had to switch to a Glock 19 for that last one.
We got a bunch more.
All right, we'll go to the next one. Happy birthday, Chadster. Here's a couple of bucks. We already did that one.
you
That's
did
Jerome.
Jerome.
We
Okay.
did Jerome already.
It was
All
a
right, next
placeholder.
one is John Brady. Have a great day. Hope is all well with you and your family. Thank you, John. We appreciate it, brother. Larry Roberts threw down some dinero for happy birthday, Chad. Nice, nice. And then Eddie Hayes. Dude, we're saving this one because Eddie Hayes, you need to scroll down, Chad. Scroll down. I want you to see that.
Oh, Jesus. Eddie, thanks, Eddie.
Eddie threw
very
down
nice.
$100 bill.
Yeah, he
and
did.
His donor comment, he didn't ask a question. He didn't say, do this for me. He just said, happy birthday, Chad. Here's the deal, guys. It's Chad's birthday Friday, and
We're going to have him on the range of using him.
$3, give Chad $3. You know why? Because you sending him a $20 gift card from Starbucks. He don't want a gift card from Starbucks. He doesn't, because all he's going to use that for is for like opening doors and shit.
Yeah.
He's never going to spend it.
Chad Mormon taught me that.
Yeah.
Cherry champagne.
So many cool things you can do with a hotel room key.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you can actually take those and sharpen them up nicely as well.
I like to use razor blades and make shims.
Well, if you tape your razor blade to the back of it, then that's a whole nother thing. But there's
right.
a lot of stuff you can do with those.
Fucking monkeys. All right, Larry Roberts threw down 10 bones, and then John Brady, we already got those. We already
we
did.
got
So, all right,
those.
so guys, we are caught up. Again, guys, I'm sincere. I want to give back to you guys. I give stuff back to patrons. Like we do our Patreon class once a year, and I like to do stuff every so often. I give classes, especially if I got like regular Army guys or law enforcement guys. I give slots away to those guys. I do. I wanted to give away another slot to all of you guys, and at the same time, I wanted to help out Nutrient Survival. So if you can, if you're interested, you want a free weekend of us, $1,100 worth of training, and
Awesome training. Too. As someone who takes Carl's training, guys, I'll tell you, I train with a lot of people. These guys, Z, you, Emery, Chad, even on the range. These guys are awesome. Chad steps right up too. He's not just always in the back. If he sees something, he's on the range quick, correcting people. And you guys, it's fun. It's really a
try
fun
to make
time.
it fun.
It is fun, but it's also very good instruction and very safe. You guys, I didn't notice very much poor weapons handling. I know Z did once, and he was quick, fast, in a hurry to correct that, and he did.
you made an example.
Yes, he did make an example. I felt for that kid.
I thought the guy was gonna cry.
Z does not raise his voice.
Until he
When
does.
He did that.
Oh, he went off.
We all were like,
I'm standing down there and I'm like, oh, we're training now. This is getting real now.
Chris actually said
I
that.
said that.
Chris actually said, he said, oh, we're training now.
That's what
And all
I'm
the
used
time
to.
I'm like,
Getting screamed at and shit thrown at me.
the link for Nutrient Survival, I just put it back in the chat.
yeah, guys, good stuff. Yeah, I'm giving away a class. Nutrient Survival's tossing in $500 for
Not that
travel.
anybody be able to see the link because they're all spamming happy birthday.
Yeah.
No spam in the chat.
Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. All right, some of the other stuff I wanted to talk about. Our Patreon course is going to be in Kentucky this year. I know I was talking about doing it in Texas.
Yeah.
The Texas ranges just didn't play out enough. So we're going to do it again in Kentucky this year. It's going to be at the General Butler State Park. That same place we did it last year.
I've got about 300 acres in Arkansas you can use if you want it.
Nope.
Okay, just check.
Nope. No, dude, I've already booked the place.
Oh, all right.
And they took such great care of us last time. We had a total blast. So I've invited Chris.
I'm coming. I'm a patron.
He is a patron.
To your channel.
Chris is a Silver Star patron.
Yeah,
he is
I
Silver
signed up
Star
quick,
patron.
man.
We have different levels. We have Army Commendation Medal patron and Bronze Star and Silver Star, all the way up to Medal of Honor patrons. And
CB,
you know who
funny.
you are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
So Chris, I do appreciate the support.
Oh yeah, no.
My wife's like, so are you one of Chris's patrons? And I was like,
No, you don't need to be. That's not what this. We're not.
I hadn't really thought of that.
Well, it'd be kind of
I guess
stupid.
I'm
What
a
are we
shitbag.
going to trade money?
Yeah.
Just you do it. You do so much for us when we come up here. Like we come hang out with Carl. Carl won't let you buy dinner. He's going to take care of everything. We're going to load 20 kayaks on the trailer. We're going to get everybody in the water. We're going to go kayaking. We're going to go.
Nobody died.
Nobody died. We only had a couple swimmers. But
the look on Brian's daughter when she fell out of the canoe.
I heard him.
She was a little wet rat, dude. A little wet rat. So I have these. They're orange, actually. They float. They're about this big.
Coast Guard smoke.
Coast Guard smoke grenades. Bright orange smoke grenades. They burn for 5 minutes. They're expensive now. They used to be cheap.
Yeah.
But you just take the plastic cap off, pull the pin, the little string, and it lights. And you can just sit it in the water. If you know, they're made for the Coast Guard.
Yep.
I don't litter. It's not me. This is my country. I'm big on littering all over Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, shitholes. I don't litter in America. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine.
No, we pick stuff up every time
we
we're out
actually
there.
brought home 3 bags of trash in the kayaks instead of where we only had like 2 bags worth. So anyways, instead of just dropping it in the water, I sat it on the back of my kayak. And I had fought the guy all the way up in front of everybody.
He was.
Oh, man, wore me out because I'm always last into the water, blah, blah, blah. Got all the way up front, and I found a spot where there were cliffs on both sides. It was a tight corner, and there was no wind there.
Yeah.
And I just started doing donuts with my kayak.
And it looks so funny because Carl's paddling around. He's got this thing sitting right on the stern of his boat. So it's his kayak he's paddling, just belching orange smoke out the back of it like some old steam paddle boat or something. It really was. It looked awesome where we were.
And, I had nieces, and Jessica's a lawyer. We try not to hold it against her. And they come through the smoke, and they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And Mel comes through the smoke. Okay, whatever, Carl, whatever you're doing. I don't know how you passed the other canoe, but you passed the other canoe.
Yeah, we passed them right shortly before they rolled it.
Literally. Chris brings his canoe. He had my son, and my son's in a rock band.
Yeah.
He had his blind guitarist. We took the blind guitarist, not just kayaking. We brought him up a waterfall into an underground cave and had him splunking.
And it's difficult to canoe with a blind guy in the boat because he doesn't understand. Let's stay in the middle of the boat. He's all over the place. So my entire day was spent doing this.
Because when he looks at something, he
leans.
He reads his phone like this. I'm not bashing you.
No,
Ken.
he's a
Ken,
great guy.
You know you're awesome, and he's awesome on the guitar.
He's a great guy. He was a nice, friendly dude.
He is a great guy, and he had a good time.
We had fun.
He had a great time. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate the comment. I do. We had a great time. But yeah, he literally. These guys that just came by, and I was like, oh, they're cool. Chris enjoying the smoke. I kind of want it for the kids. Because
You were going to hell for picking on the blind faces.
We're not picking on him. We're not picking on him.
You were?
That's how he reads his phone,
That's how he reads his phone.
That's how he looks at his phone.
He does this.
He holds it right up to his face. We're not making fun of him. He was a lot of fun on the river.
Love him. So right when the big canoe with the Brian the cop, his lovely bride, and the two girls in the middle, the two high school girls, they hit the smoke, and I don't know what the girl was thinking, but she started doing this Matrix shit, and
well, and they were coming right in that riffle too. There was that last little riffle.
All right, there might have been the
riffle. There was a little riffle
blame it
there.
on her. I'm gonna blame it on the chick in the middle.
I'm trying to save you, kiddo,
Yeah,
but Carl,
but
you know.
They dumped it just enough for water to come in, and she's sitting high up on the seat. Oh yeah, and I drove over to see if they're okay. And she was a wet kitten. They got her back in, but she did not. I guess she got scared, and you know, I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't care at all.
No,
as long as she's safe.
Yeah, because Dana turned her kayak over last time we were out kayaking and
Memorial Day. Yeah.
And Carl does not care who turns the boat over.
Nope.
Stand up! You're wearing a life jacket.
Up. Stand up.
Can you guys picture Carl knife handing Miss Dana while she's waist deep in the river and he's just knife handing her?
And you know, every green blade of grass looks like a snake to her.
Every stick.
And she's scared to death of the snake.
Everything. It was so
She
funny.
had just, in her defense, she had just seen a water moccasin.
She had,
about
yeah.
300 meters earlier.
Yeah.
So every stick floating on the river, every blade of grass on the side.
It was hilarious.
It looked like she was in a snake zoo.
And I hope she comes down here and beats both your asses.
No, because I stayed with her and I'm making sure she.
defending her.
We got her boat out and fixed
His
her up.
ass.
Yeah, it's such him. But it was just funny. It was just funny.
We had a
watching.
great time. We had a
We
great
did.
time. I got to give Chris his shameless pitch for his most recent book, Decline and Decay.
Not,
right?
not book 11.
Not book 11. He wrote you did it with Alan Kay?
Alan Kay, yeah.
Alan Kay, great survival guy. The two of them together wrote a book called Decline and Decay. This is nonfiction.
Nonfiction. That's a. So a lot of people ask, like, where should I begin, or what should I be doing, and that's kind of the 10,000-foot view. So it's not like you need this many rounds of ammo and this many cans of food or nothing like that. It's the big picture stuff you need to be looking at, and that's really what Decline and Decay is.
My computer bag that goes to classes whenever I travel anywhere. And I'm actually...
I used to have one.
I'm on my second time through the book already.
There it is, yeah.
Why would you read a book twice? Because the story's good, right? No. No. That's
There's your plug for the website.
No. You read a novel twice because the story's good.
Yeah.
You read a nonfiction book multiple times because it's accurate. And the second time you read something, you'll pick up more.
Yep.
Third time you read it, you pick up more. And you notice where I'm putting it again. I'm putting it right back into my computer bag because when I travel and I drive a lot, I do audiobooks. Like Chris knows,
Yep.
I don't own hard copies of any of his home series because when I first found his first book, I was already driving back and forth to Tier 1 group all the time. 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 20 minutes every Monday there, every Friday coming back home. And I devoured all of his books on audiobook, on Kindle. And I still do Kindle books, I do.
Me too. I do audiobooks too because I don't have time to read, and I shouldn't be reading books. If I'm reading books, I should be
Writing,
books.
11.
like book 11.
Yeah, like you haven't even read any
stuff,
of them.
indeed.
So who are you talking to?
I'm working through Going Home.
I'm marking. See, so Chad's in here running his pie hole about book 11.
all right.
He's yet to finish half of 11, which is book 1.
At this rate, I still will be waiting for 11 when I get there.
Paul sent an anonymous donation
You're a
here.
jackass.
Happy birthday, Chad. Thanks for everything you do for TR. Sorry it's not more.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Paul.
brother.
Hey,
Shh, don't say Paul, dude. That's an anonymous donor.
Marvin
knucklehead.
wants to know if there's any mall videos coming up soon.
Mall video.
MAWL for those that can't see it.
I didn't have a mall.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford one because there's a lot of people. Now, in full disclosure, Primary Arms does give us some free optics. Couple other companies give us some free optics, but for the most part, if I want to do a review on something, I go buy the optic myself. I go buy the guns myself. That way, it's not sugar coated. Well, I couldn't afford a mall. And but Marvin's like, well, Carl, I have one, but I don't own any nods. Until I get nods, I'll lend you my mall.
Nice.
So, right, that's a nice guy.
That's a
And
nice guy.
Marvin is an awesome guy. He is.
That's a nice guy.
Law enforcement officer up in New York City. Hard job all through. He sent me pictures of him loading body bags into the freezer truck at the height of COVID up there. Marvin, thank you for your service, brother. But anyways, I kept putting off doing the mall video because nobody does night shooting. And they're just not very popular. Whenever I do a night shooting video, it gets terrible reviews.
Well, because nobody has that stuff. Not many people
exactly. They don't have it. Well, fast forward, I've been sitting on this thing for over a year, and now Marvin owns a PVS 14. He wants his shit back. So,
well, I had a D-ball.
Marvin, I'm bringing it to the Patreon course for you. So make sure you bring your wife to the Patreon course. I actually gave him a free slot to the Patreon course.
Nice.
That's a big deal. I didn't give it to anybody else. And he came down only for the first day because he thought I only needed him for the first day. And because I needed at least one law enforcement officer there to get to use this cop's range. And then we didn't turn out using their range, so it didn't matter. And I honestly wanted Marvin to stay the whole time, but he thought I was only doing him a favor for the first day.
Oh, bummer, man.
So he left. I'm like, dude, you're kicking me right in the jimmy here.
Yeah.
I wanted him to stay the whole time, so he left, hurt my feelings. Wait a minute, that's right. I don't have feelings.
No, I was going to say, hurt what?
So Marvin is an awesome guy. Yes, Jerry, he is. Marvin, brother, you let me know when you need your mall back. I will mail it back to you. I won't be like Chad that owes you and Leaf shirts and pouches and stuff.
Chad owes you guys stuff too? Wow.
Guys, I see we have Jerry J in the chat room. Jerry, why don't you give us an update? You remember Jerry? He's the guy that broke his femur
at the gym.
parachuting. Funny shit.
Turns out one-legged landings aren't a thing.
One-legged landings.
They quickly turn into none-legged landings. Yeah, he should stay. Yes, he should, for sure. Okay, Jerry, we're good. All right, gents, we are 2 hours and 23 minutes into this. Chris, you got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm just working on the books, and I've got a meeting next week with investors about the TV show. We'll see how that goes.
TV show.
We're still hacking away on that.
That would be awesome. That would be really awesome.
And working on book 11. I'm really trying to get this thing wrapped up. It's farther along than people think, but there's a lot of crap you have to do. Like,
no, dude.
I'm working with my graphics guy right now on the cover, and it's getting ready to go through another round of editing, and there's just, it always takes time.
So who does the editing for you? You don't have a son that's got a degree in...
No, I use a professional editor. And
okay.
It's expensive. I mean, he's $35 an hour, and it usually takes him about 100 hours to edit one of my books because they're so
long,
poorly written. My grammar's awful.
All right, now but see, all right, now Chris, you're an author.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm writing my one book basically.
Well, that's what I didn't. Don't say that.
One hit wonder.
Don't say that.
One hit wonder. You think I can get away with just having my son do the edit?
Absolutely. Have your son re-edit it, and then have a few people read that.
Okay.
And send you notes.
Okay.
And then you guys leave it cleaned up, and I'll read it for you too. I'll go through it.
No, I won't ask you to do. And here's why. Because you are a great guy, but you also have so many other people asking you to do that. You've actually said it before that you have like 6 books in the waiting. And I don't want to get bumped to the top of the list or have you say you bumped me and really I'm sitting on some shelf.
I'm not going to bump you, Carl.
Shed.
I'm not some half-burned shed. No, it's scraped earth there now. There's no half-burned shed anymore. There is scraped earth.
Somebody said Carl will play Sarge, but what you guys don't realize, we're not allowed to be in the TV show. We've already been told no.
No, you are not allowed to be in the TV show.
So when they make the movie of my book, they ask me, they're like, hey, so Carl, who do you want to play you? And they so better not ever make a movie of my book. Oh, hell no. Hell no.
There's good money in it.
No. No, I will not let Hollywood fuck
No.
that shit
All right,
up,
so
dude.
see, that's the problem I'm having. And I've been to the big studios.
Yeah.
I mean, MGM, you know, I walked in there, sat down with the suits, sitting there the whole time shaking my head, looking at them saying no. And they're not used to that. They don't, that really, they're looking at me like, what'd you say? I'm like, I said no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. So do it yourself. I'm doing this myself. So far, everything that's been done on my production, I have paid for. I am $250,000 deep in this thing right now that I've spent doing this.
Yeah.
But it's been over 10 years too. It's been over some time. But it's just so expensive flying back and forth to LA, paying writers and producers and all the different things that I've had to do. You know, talent people too, guys to do budgets and graphics people and artists, and there's a lot to it. And but I'm willing to take on that challenge of a world I knew nothing about, because I'm not going to let Hollywood butcher my story. Yeah. And that's what I told the president of MGM Studios. I said, Steve, nobody wants your vision of my story. They just want my story.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can't re-envision it, make it better. I know you think you guys are all smarter than the public, but the public, we all think you guys are idiots. I mean, I said it to them sitting in a meeting. They were not happy with me.
No, I bet.
They didn't like me at all.
So what you're saying now, they wouldn't do your movie even if you asked them.
No. No. That's kind of like Penguin Books. Won't publish nothing I write again
Steven
either.
Seagal is like 400 pounds now. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Hey, Hal Rama, you can kiss my ass. Jack Black, you son of a...
Jack Black to play Chad. Oh my. Chris Pratt to play Chad. See, now Mel would be mad about that, because that's her movie crush guy, Chris Pratt. And I'm like, you mean the one from Parks and Rec, or which Chris Pratt? Because that guy was,
That's what's taking so long on Book 11. The Chad and Carl character development.
Yo, son.
So
I can't do a road march. I got a bone in my foot.
I ain't lazy, Sarge. I'm just tired.
all the time.
Tired all the time.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be a good book.
Yes,
Hey,
it is.
Gary Busey, I get behind that, but he's got to be fucking strung out.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Oh, I just ruined the F-bomb counter. It was-
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But it's Gary Busey. He would
Yeah,
have proved.
Gary Busey would approve.
He's got to be strung out, like hungover, drunk, hair messed up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Gary
the
Busey.
booking photo.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Busey.
Gary
Yeah, that
Busey,
Gary
yeah.
Busey. Yeah.
Okay, we got Gary Busey. What about Carl? Who would you do for Carl? A funny one.
Oh, to play Carl?
Yeah.
What's his name? Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade.
Chad should be played by Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
Not the real Jackie Chan. The Jackie Chan from what's his name's spoof movie. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
F-bomb counter.
0.
-3, Carl.
Carl's 2. Chad's 1. I'm still holding down the goose egg.
Oh, I got 2? Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Actually,
fucking bullshit right there.
That's right. Yeah, you got 4.
At least they didn't say Danny DeVito.
What did he say? What movie is that from? Cash Me Outside?
Hollywood would find a transgender to play Carl. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
That Hey You Guys
He'd be
comes
the
from
best
Goonies.
hung transgender dude out there.
Best hung transgender.
Is it Shiitake Monkey? That guy.
Oh,
The guy who's a real surgeon.
yeah, he was a
And
yeah.
does comedy in movies now.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Except I just saw him on some lame game show building
Christopher
Legos.
Walken. Who's he?
Oh, he would do a good
Yes.
you.
Christopher Walken.
I was actually thinking Lee Marvin back in his prime would have been a good
No,
Carl.
Jason Statham. No, I don't think Carl and Jason Statham would get along.
And we're not gonna take a Brit and stick him in 5th group anyway.
Yeah. You gonna put a wig on him? I mean, come on, I got hair.
Put a wig on him.
No, not Liam Neeson
No.
either, because he
He's
jumped the shark.
He's an anti-gun communist, and he can kiss my butt.
That's
Eric
too bad.
Bana? No, because he's got the stigma from Black Hawk Down. This is my safe. No, you couldn't do it because he's already got a persona made. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get Carl's persona out of Eric Bana.
No. I don't know how you'd pull off Carl's persona.
You really would have to get somebody, a no-name, to do it.
Yeah.
Because
Great. You got to pull some schmuck off the street. Thanks, dude.
No, listen. You know as good as I do that when it comes to movies and stuff like that, or any kind of show, you carry characters that somebody has already done. You carry that into their character.
Yes, Chevy Chase.
Yep, that would actually work.
That would work. Be the
said
bullet.
Chuck
Nah, 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 nah. Be the bullet. Nah, 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 nah.
Norm Macdonald. Yeah,
Norm
could do it.
Macdonald. Chuck
Maybe.
Norris. That's
Chuck
fun.
Norris, though. Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, maybe 3 decades ago.
Yeah.
A young. Okay, I missed that.
Al
kid.
Bundy.
Al Bundy.
plays
Oh my
Chad.
god, that would be hilarious.
Chow from The Hangover. That's the name from the surgeon.
Chow,
Chow.
Shadow Society, they're talking about the production that we're working on of turning my books into a streaming series, is what we're doing. So.
what about the Legolas character? Who's that?
Legolas. Oh.
Legolas.
Legolas,
That's that
Kiefer
Lord of the
Sutherland? That
Rings
one
guy.
actually-
No, he's a commie too.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Denzel Washington? Oh my goodness. The guy from No Country
The guy
for
from No. Well, yeah, that one actually because of the
He-
persona that he had from
He could
No
carry
Country
it.
for Old Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs
If
some
people
help.
came into that,
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, guys. That's
Tim
funny.
Kennedy,
He would be
way
fun.
too
Oh,
much personality there.
That's
this
funny.
is funny.
I want to see Chris play Carl. Carl suddenly got a beard. I ain't shaving for nobody. Orlando Bloom.
Oh,
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Nicole Kidman.
Josh Brolin. Remember Rhodesia?
Hey guys,
Okay, yeah.
the
let's
funny
continue.
part is you guys are watching a live stream, watching us
Watch a live stream.
the live stream. All right, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. I want to give a big shout out to our.
Yeah, before you do that, give the props out to these last few people.
All right,
that
my
did
props
this,
out
these
to the last few.
nutbags that did this shit. Thank you very much.
1984. Happy birthday, Chad. All right, we already did
Did
that,
that one. That was a
we did that
placeholder.
one. All right.
Anonymous, Mike. Thank
Anonymous from Mike Quigley.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Chadster.
You. Yep.
All right. Next one is from Andrew Johnson. Happy birthday, Chad.
Thanks, bud.
Joe Rivera.
Thank
Knew
you.
him. He didn't want to say happy birthday to you. He's like, fuck Chad.
Blaine.
Blaine.
That's Wes Broussard, ain't it?
happy
Oops, my
birthday.
bad. I know who that is. That's Wes Broussard.
All right, we're good,
Oh, yeah,
guys.
there it is. There's his
There,
name.
Wes Broussard, right there.
All right, guys. Thank you for everything on
Yeah,
that.
guys, I want to give a big shout out again to our sponsors, our loyal sponsors, Sportsman's Guide right here, guys. Use promo code Tactical20. Big Daddy Unlimited sponsoring tonight, so I know Big Daddy and Mrs. Big Daddy are sitting on the couch watching this. Right? Y'all take it probably.
Well,
not.
Tony, if you guys are in the house, what's up?
Yep.
You should answer my phone calls.
See, they actually know you.
Just
they
saying.
don't know who the hell we are. Global Ordnance. Right? Be sure to check out the new Strybog. I think they're on the A3 right now. It's got a different gas system. I like my A1. I do. It's got an older gas system. To me, it's what I like. But they got the new magazines with the metal lips on them. You can get that from Global Ordnance. 80% arms. Guys, literally, my EDC pistol is the 80% arms Glock 19. I run an RMR on it. I like a lot of the work that they did to it. But my favorite part of 80% arms products is that Uncle Sleepy Joe doesn't want you to have them. And that alone right there is reason for you guys to check out tonight's sponsor. Last sponsor for tonight, again, loyal here every Tuesday with us, Safe Life Defense. They've got plenty of armor in stock. Use promo code Tactical Rifleman, all one word, saves you 10% off everything at their website.
Nice.
Chris, thank you so much,
Yeah, brother.
brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
And he's staying for the class. If you guys are going to be in the class this weekend, Chris and his lovely
Come on
wife
up.
Mel are going to be there. We're going to have us a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Z, Chad, Emery are going to be there.
We'll be camping on the range, so we'll be able to hang out a little bit too.
All right, so that's all we got. We'll see you guys next time. You know the deal. Take care and shoot straight.
Coming right there.